Oh, goodness, it's live.
Waiting at it out. Yeah, a little help.
Yeah?
There we go. There it
you
is.
go. There's words.
All right. Don't mind me. I'm having a time.
That's okay. Times is what we have.
Time is relative. Something. I got too much of it on my hands, etc.
Something.
So what is this game? I've literally never heard of this game before.
So, One Deck Dungeon. This is actually it was a card dice game that was then eventually given a digital port. That is, it's One Deck Dungeon.
Thanks, Zinthus. Appreciate it.
I'm just gonna hop in so people can see. I'm gonna pick.
Fair enough.
But it is
How's my
basically.
sound quality, by the way?
You sound good to me. How does he sound to you guys? How do they sound to you guys?
I'm assuming I sound fine now that I don't have a loaded baked potato for a laptop.
Loaded baked potato sounds really good.
Actually, yeah, it does. Shit, I don't have potatoes. I have everything else I need for a loaded baked potato. I just don't have potatoes.
Play as Rogue. 'Cause why not?
Sounds about correct.
There's a Wraith.
So is this like roguelike style? If it's the digital port, what's up with this?
Yeah, so this is roguelike style. All right, let me make sure I figure out where camera needs to go here. Hold on.
Yeah. I'm going to say probably bottom left looks like
bottom
safe.
left looks pretty safe at the moment, depending on where the dice end up rolling. Whee.
If I had to guess, I'd think dice would probably go like central.
You would think. So, this is a fantastic game just in physical form that pretty much my entire group seemed to enjoy. Scott and I played a ton of this. Leia and I played a ton of this. And now it's got digital ports on like Steam and on Switch. Hello, Scott. Hey.
Look, Scott, it doesn't have to be without you. You could be here.
I was about to say you can jump in and I could do multiple runs. I'm gonna do one basic run to show it off, and then we can. I believe this still plays multiplayer. So
I don't have the game, so I can't be joined in multiplayer.
So the core of this game is that everything that you do takes a little bit of time, and you have to slowly work your way through the deck of cards. Each time you flip over a card, so let's show a card here. Hey, it's a little mite. He's a little beetle.
Oh, it's Good Boy Atlas.
A little good boy Atlas. So, alright, so you go and you challenge the card. Every character has a unique feat that is unique to them. In this case, the rogue lets you gamble and roll extra dice before an encounter.
Sweet.
Roll 1 or 2 extra dice. If either is a 1, you lose damage and time. I'm a gambler. I'm a double gamble. So we start by trying those out. We hope we don't get ones. As long as we don't get ones, that's just a strong power. And then outside of that, you then get a number of dice equal to the stats up in. Do I have a cursor that you guys can see? No. Can I? Oh, up here. I can do this. So if you look at the rogue card here, you see over on the left there, you have 1 sword, 4 boots, 2 little diamonds, and then health. And then if you in the small version, it's just the 1, 4, 2, 5. You get a number of dice equal to the first 3 symbols. Only see 2 boots. Hasn't this? So and you can see in the center of the screen, it's giving me 1 yellow, 4 pinks, and 2 blue dice. So then you roll all your dice. Whoops, not if I hit the wrong button. There you go. You roll all your dice, and it puts them all in the center here for you automatically. And then the enemy's card, you have to match dice to the boxes in order to defeat the enemy. So he's got a blue 3. I'm going to cover it with a blue 4 because you have to do it or better in order for it to count.
Okay.
Which is kind of unfortunate, but it should still work out. So I've got to put that there and that there. I've got the blacks are wild, and you can put them anywhere.
Well, good, you got a 5 and a 6 there.
It's very good that I got both the 5 and the 6. And yeah, thank you for the clean shave. Thanks. I think I needed it. You can also put 2 dice into turn 2 dice into a wild die, but it will turn it into the lowest value of the 2 dice that you spent. So
yes, Primer, that is me. Okay.
So I won't have enough to cover everything. But I can cover either the 1 health and 1 time or the 2 times. So I'll cover the health and time. And that's going to end up being the best that I can do for this card, unfortunately. But that's okay. So you do end it. So you go to end encounter. You suffer the consequences, which is 2 time. You'll see up in the top right, the timer is slowly dripping down there. And then when you defeat a card, you get to choose. Do you want it as an item, which increases your base stats, which increases how many dice you get to roll in tests. XP, which as you gain XP, you get access to more max stats, more max abilities, and then more potions when you level up, or as a skill. And skills are things you can use dice on. Oh, man. Uh-oh. My alert is broken again.
But it's happened. There's been a subscription.
There was a subscription. Fair and Plays for the
For
3 months.
3 months. Welcome.
Thank you. It's like the audio played, but not the visual. What the heck?
I'm hearing nothing, and I've got like slight stream delay because I'm watching the stream itself.
Well, dang! I heard it in my headphones. I'll have to.
Synthis, not everything's my fault. I'm not Scott.
I don't know why my alerts are broken again. I thought I fixed it. Test.
Hello there.
Okay.
My cat's going after my cables.
I think I fixed it. We'll see it. Okay. Let me also say, hello, Gaming with Rainbow. Hello, Stickman. Who else did I miss? Abzin, Primer, Nemesis. Oh, man. A whole bunch of people.
Well, looking over at spammy nonsense because people called attention to pictures posted there. What am I looking at?
Last I saw was some pink Warhammer, which sounds amazing. So I'm just going to take this as stats.
I'm seeing dessert pizza.
Ooh. Okay. The other thing for the rogue is that they have a passive ability where if I choose to flee from a card, I get to add 1 door to the dungeon if I'm still under the door limit. So, like, as of here, you'll see there's 3 in the middle. If I open this door and I really don't like what's there, you can choose to flee. Normally, if you choose to flee, the card just stays there. Oh, that's a lot of blue. But you also see I'm level 1, so the game is already telling me that I'm at my item limit, so I can only have 1 item, 1 skill, and then XP.
Oh, God. Sorry. I don't know what that sound was.
So this guy has a passive ability that will cost me extra time for each skill I use. Considering I don't have any skills, that just seems like it's a good thing. But then he's gonna require 10 points of pink. I have 4 pink dice, which that should be more than enough. But then a 3, a 4, and a 5 in blue, and I only have 3 blue dice, and a 3 and a 5 in yellow, and I only have 1 yellow die. So this is going to be pretty rough. But we're going to try it
You
anyway.
feel like gambling.
Absolutely. And I'm going to gamble hard. Because what kind of a rogue would I be if I didn't gamble hard? Look at that! 5-6. Here we go. Again.
Hey.
Again rolling well. Those are some pretty piss poor blue dice, though.
Oh. Ooh, that's owie.
But I think I can make something work here. So you have to cover shield stuff first. So let's just do that. Might as well block that. Might as well block that. I can block most of it, which is really tragic. Again. And unfortunately, the turn.
Honestly, I'd say just lose the 1 health.
Yeah, it's probably what's the best bet here.
It's a shame there isn't overflow if you overfill the things
I
that
know.
require like multi-stacks.
Overflow would be nice. And again, there is the turning a die black, but like if I do this and this, it's gonna give me a black 2, which doesn't really help. But even still, so I'll take 1 hit for now. I got plenty for now. Loot is good. Now this is if I spend 4 blue, I can gain a yellow. If I'd done the pink 6 instead of the 2 3s, then I could have taken no. You are correct, because I could have turned the 2 3s into a black 3. Yeah. Stickman is right. This is the danger of playing on stream and going quick, because I don't necessarily think it through as much as I should.
No worries, I was looking at it too, and it's like, and that didn't occur to me.
Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, this is have to spend 4 blue to gain a 4 yellow and a 4 pink, and then increase any 1 die by 1. That's good, but I don't have a lot of blue in general, so I think just the 3 XP is pretty good.
3 XP sounds real good.
Yeah, because I need to level. I desperately need to level. The other thing is, if you see at the top there, where it says Dragon's Cave, that is on the left there, you have every trap. I have to cover that 2 armor box before I can do anything else. And every combat has a yellow 3 for 1 health that I have to cover. That's added to all of the cards in the deck. Have a good one, Primer. And then the Hall of Statues is just it burns a lot of time before I take my first turn, which this is the easiest of the bosses to do, easiest dungeon. So it's sad, but not that horrible. So let's try another card. It's a bloopy bloop. It's a glooping ooze.
What?
It's a glooping ooze.
Oh, that face.
It's a face. Look at that face. Hey, a Fluffles. Alright, so spend time for every 1 rolled, which is tragic. And I need a blue 2 and a blue 3 before I can do anything. I think we're gonna gamble again, because why wouldn't I gamble every time? Look at that. As long as I don't roll ones, it's
like
fine.
a melting fish.
As long as I don't roll ones, there's no downside. Now, seeing all these pink dice is horribly, horribly tragic. So we're going to be turning these pink dice into black dice. Well, not those ones anyway. That is 3 ones, so the glooping ooze just burns a ton of time on me, which is awful.
Yep.
Well then. Alright, well I can cover the shields with these. Ugh, that's just... Oh, this is gonna be bad. So I have to cover the shields. Couple different ways I can do this. can either put this there, but this blue 5 will also just cover the blue 5. So I can use one of these to cover it. I could, since I don't need, I could do, here, I'm going to do this. I do need a yellow 3, but I think doing that is going to be better. All these ones are just entirely useless, which is just so sad. And then I can cover...
Now, can you... This is a really stupid question. I assume you can't use a wild and another dice to make a wild.
I can. But there's no real point, because again, remember, it'll only do the lower of the dice. So, like, I could use the wild 3 and this 5, but that'll get me a wild 3, which doesn't really do anything, unfortunately.
You'd think thered be, like, a mechanical, no, don't do the stupid.
You'd think. There's sometimes reasons to do it, but in general, not a lot. Alright, so I've taken one hit, and this is going to hit me 2 more times, unfortunately. Because...
Well, the good news is you got that potion.
I do have that potion, and I'm going to be using it pretty much immediately. So, because all these dice here are just going to sit here, which is tragic.
Well,
you can use a potion in a fight, and it will, it'll heal you for 2, or you can use it out of a fight, and it'll heal you for 3. I could pick up a new potion. I could pick up, well, I theoretically could pick up an item, but I can't because I'm at their limit. But 3 XP will let me go to level 2. So let's just do that.
Yeah, level 2, so that way we can get more items later.
Yes. So going from level 1 to level 2, let me see if I can show. So at level 1, you can have 1 item, 2 skills, you get 1 potion at setup, and then that's it. Jumping from there to level 2 immediately gains you a new potion. You get an extra black die in every encounter. And then you jump to 3 items, 3 skills. So from 1 item, 2 skills to 3 items, 3 skills. And that extra black die in everything. Getting to level 2 is huge. Going up again to level 3 is also nice because it goes to 5 items, 4 skills, and another potion. And then if you get all the way up to level 4, 7, 5, and an additional black die. But bare minimum, getting to level 2 is enormous. And then I'm going to use that potion because, ow.
Yeah, ow sounds good.
Okay, so now we have a trap. So all cards in the deck are either encounters or traps. Encounters, you roll all of your dice. For traps, you have to choose which of the 2 versions of this you want to do. So I could choose to blast through it, and then I need 14 points of blue. Or I can choose to climb around, in which case I need 11 points of pink. Choosing to climb around will automatically cost 3 steps of time, which, when the timer runs out, you have to go to the next floor. And you get 3 floors, and then you fight the boss. If you're not ready, oh well. The trick with traps is that you can only roll the color that they tell you. So if I choose to blast through, I'm only rolling my blue dice. And I only have 3.
I was going to say, I like your odds with pink a lot more.
I was about to say, I would love to not automatically spend 3 time, but 3 dice to get 14 basically means I need a 5 or better on all 3 dice. That's not...
I don't like the odds.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 5 or better on all 3 dice, and I still need a die to cover the 2, which I just don't have.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I don't remember. I can roll heroic dice, so I can gamble to try to roll more black dice, which is nice. Which I think I'm going to do either way. With the climb around,
ordinarily, I would agree.
Yeah, ordinarily I'd agree, but in this current situation, I'm just going to play it safe and go for the climb around. It's going to hurt my time.
There's no good scenario with blue here.
Yeah. And then I'm going to dare and gamble, and I'm going to roll 2 dice because why not? I probably don't need to roll 2 dice. I probably shouldn't be rolling. Whoops. Ow. One's hurt a lot, so I probably shouldn't have done it. Especially because I forgot that I now also get the 1 extra heroic die on all encounters. That was unnecessary.
We can just keep slapping dice on it until it works.
Exactly. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I needed none of my black dice. I did not need to roll my heroic. Oh well.
Just keep slapping them in there. Just overkill.
Yeah. Look at that.
Really climb that fence. Just absolutely parkour
20
over
out
it.
of 11.
Yeah.
Evelyn. Welcome. All right. So I get a skill.
Boca Cat has hopped down from her perch.
Cat hopping down from perch is always good.
Yeah.
So I can get a skill, which the skill here is spend a pink die to prevent up to 2 time loss of consequences, which is nice. But I could just, put everything on the card and not lose the time anyway.
Yeah.
Hopefully. The item, which will give me another point in blue and an extra max health, or I can just take 4 XP and start moving towards the next level super hard, since I need 8 XP to level up again. But I really do need more stats.
I mean, more stats sounds good. At least more blue.
Yeah, more stats sounds good. As I can currently hold three cards worth of stats, and I'm holding 2. Hey, Death Diver. We are playing one deck dungeon. Anytime that the 4 cards in the middle run out, I then have to draw 4 more cards, which costs more time. And then it costs 2 time between each flip of a card. So you'll see I'm already almost done with the first floor, which is terrifying because I have no skills. I still could use another card in stats. So I don't know how this is going to go. But we're going to find it's another trap. I can dismantle it or I can climb over it. Well, considering I'm better at pink,
And then we can get Crushing Blow.
I think I'm just going to climb over it. And I'm going to learn my lesson from last time. And I'm not gonna use those.
Just gamble small.
Don't even need to. The 3 can cover the shield, and then bam, bam. Once again, didn't even need the bonus black die, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Plank, you can always lurk.
Yeah. We even have a command.
That's true. Gherkin like a lurkin.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you're doing better now, bud. And yes, clean shaven James. Lee will be upset when he comes into the chat. And crushing.
Why will he be upset?
Because I no longer have a beard.
Well,
So for Lee, that's just a travesty. Lee will absolutely not be clean shaven.
How much money do we need to give Lee for him to fully shave?
I cannot make that decision for him, but I'm going to assume it would be a pretty big chunk.
Probably.
Certainly more than enough to pay his bills. Chat says hello, Leia.
Hello.
Alea says
Hello.
hello, chat. Alea likes the clean-shaven face, so clean-shaven face. I also just desperately needed it myself. So this skill here is I can turn any yellow die into a yellow 6. 6s are really, really good. Is it worth having for a skill? Or would it be better
Probably.
to just have even more magic? I think I'll just take this as a skill for now. And it's going to take 2 more time. Pallet of bread. Hello.
Oh. I didn't see the name in chat, and I'm still experiencing stream delay, so I thought the card was just a pallet of bread.
Once again, I've got my option of Magic Shield, which is technically easier to do, or Rush Through. I think we're just going to do the Rush Through, because it doesn't cost an extra time. I could do the Magic Shield very easily now that I'm up to 4. 4
But
blue.
it still costs time.
Exactly. So we're going to do the one that doesn't cost time. That's a good enough roll for me. Once again, 3 covers that. And then super over Mega
Oh,
Crush.
that is a good roll.
We just, goodbye. Oh, am I? Here, I can help with the stream delay.
You are speed.
I am speed. I'm a rogue. That's what I'm supposed to do. Hold.
Hang on, that's Steam. Let's go to stream.
Share If I do that.
Maybe, yes, no, there we go.
There you
Probably. Yep. That looks correct.
Oh, yeah. There's more. Okay. Alright, so I in here. My skill option is dodge, which is I can spend a pink die to prevent a heart loss, or in a boss fight use it to prevent 2 heart losses.
Hang on, let me
Or I can get a sword.
figure
for
it out.
stats.
There we go.
Stats is good. People were saying earlier stats is good, and my physical is currently far and away my worst stat. So let's go. Let's try to balance this character out since I'm by my lonesome. Okay. The other thing to
Okay,
note
what have I done?
is that when you run out of time, you can do what was it, Scott? It's every 3 time beyond 0 is another damage, I believe. Actually, I can literally look at it here. Encounter steps, blah, 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 blah. Descending, there we go. Stairs card is placed at the bottom of the dungeon deck at the start of each floor. When it's revealed, the deeper part of the dungeon opens. While the stairs card is visible, a time token is placed on it for every time spent there for any reason. For the record, it's showing little time tokens in the corner there, but when you're playing the physical game, you're literally just discarding cards from the deck to represent going through time. So it's about to hit 0 and the stairs are going to be available. When the stairs are visible, a time token is placed on it for each time spent for any reason. When 3 tokens are on the card, the hero takes 1 damage. You remove the 3 tokens and you can just keep going. Okay. So since I have 1 time token and I will take 2 time for each card that I look at, I can safely look at 1 more card. It'll bring me to 0 and then +1. Unless I hit something like a dang frost elemental. Hey, you
Well,
really
then
want
why'd
HP.
you hit the frost elemental?
Well, I flipped the wrong card. So, if I choose to fight this guy, he's going to burn 3 time on me, which is going to...
That's gonna kill it.
It's going to bring me to the end, and then after the fight, I'll end up taking a damage if I even want to fight him. That said, while all of this loot is really, really good, I need 11 yellow before I'm even allowed to do anything serious against this guy. I don't think I can fight him right now.
I recommend running away.
So I'm going to choose to flee so you guys get to see. Now, as the rogue, when I go to flee, I may add another door to the dungeon if... Oh. Yeah, that should be okay. I can add another door to the dungeon when I flee. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and descend because otherwise I'm going to start taking damage for staying here too long.
Yeah, and that sounds real bad.
Which descending clears it, resets it, and then makes the Dragon's Cave a little bit rougher. So the Dragon's Cave is the dungeon that we're doing. As I said, on floor 1, it added a 2 shield to all trap cards, and a 3 yellow to all combat cards. Now all traps have the 2 shield and a 6, and all combat cards have a yellow 3 and a blue 5. Because of course, this
That's
game,
real bad.
it gets worse and worse as you go down. But in theory, you should be getting stronger and stronger as you go down. So, you know, eeny, meeny, miny, bottom left. It's a little goblin. We should be able to smash him.
Just step on him.
Exactly. Rogue is at their item limit. That's fine. So his ability is Swarm. X equals 4 per open door, including this one. It's the first door he opens, so that X is 4. That's pretty good. Do I need Daring Gamble? He has a lot of yellow on there, so I'm a Daring Gamble, because why not? Bam! Double dice.
Yeah. Hey.
Beautiful.
That's pretty good.
Then I'll roll all my dice, which is 2 yellow, 4 pink, 4 blue, and a black. Alright, so again, before
That's
I can
pretty doable.
before I can do anything, I gotta put the 4 on the shield. Done. Beautiful. Now I can do whatever I want for these other ones. That pink 4 is worse than the other pink 4, so let's go ahead and block that. That blue 5 is... there. There's a yellow 5 right there. I can block one of the 3s. I can use this to block there. And then I can turn that pink 3 and that pink 5 into a black 3 to cover there. And that covers the entire thing.
That'll do.
And then I can just like...
Why?
Just to overdo that because I can. I also forgot that I could have turned one of those yellows into a yellow 6. Didn't need to, but just... I've already forgot that I had that ability.
Yeah, I have to agree with Scott. I don't think much is going to kill you now.
Oh. Alright, so I'm already at my item limit, so I'm going to need more XP. And this skill is, again, dodge, which we've seen before. So it's only... While it's only... Coffee Now, I also have this game in real life and on Switch. We're currently playing on the Switch. I don't have it on Steam.
Ah. So that'll be Ryujinx, right? Unless there's another one?
I'm sorry, one more time?
That'll be Ryujinx for the emulator, right?
No, I'm on
You
hardware.
have the actual hardware.
I'm on a Switch hooked up to a Walmart
Well, look at you being
Elgato.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
I know, right? Yeah, played it in real life, loved it. So, even further backstory. So, this game, it's, One Deck Dungeon. It is a dice dungeon crawler game. I liked the idea, I liked the concept, so I was like, this seems pretty cool. But even before that, it's made by a company named Asmati Games. I have been following Asmati Games since their birth. I want to say they were like 2005-ish. I ran into them at Kineticon, which is our local convention, and picked up a couple of their little games. Oh, Coffee Now. Here goes the snipes. Yeah, Asmati Games took over some of Fantasy Flight stuff, which is fantastic. But yeah, I remember Asmati Games when they were very, very small. Picked up 2 little games called Gold Thief and Whack a Cat Girl. Oh, there's
Whack a Cat Girl.
Whack a Cat Girl. Man, it was a different time back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard me. Whack a Cat Girl. It's silly little...
In relation to like the Whack Your Boss games.
No, unfortunately. It was literally just like one of those. It actually played very similar to a. Everyone like collects cards and you use those cards get you victory points at the end of the game. And different like combinations of cards would get you different values of victory points.
Okay, so very Catan.
Very, very Catan. But there was no board. It was just the cards, and you played them. Oh God, it's been a very long time. You played almost like Uno style, but you play your cards, you gain the cards, sit them in your tableau to get more points. It was a whole thing. The game was kind of fun, but point being, I've known them since their beginning. So I saw this game, thought it looked cool, and then saw that it was Asmodee Games, and I was just like, all right, well, I know they make good stuff, so let's give it a shot. And then Scott and I kind of went nuts and played a lot of this. And then they put it on the Switch, and now I can play it all the time, whenever. It's great. Alright, what am I doing here? Disenchant is easier to do, but costs time. Dodging, I should be able to do. I should be able to dodge.
There's no reason you shouldn't be able to dodge with 4 pink dice. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, I've got 4 pink dice and 1 black die. And I need 2 dice for the 2 and the 6, and then the rest go into the 14. So I'm going to do my heroic gamble. And I'm going to play it big. I'm going to play it big just to be safe. Oops. Ow. It is a daring gamble. Alright, that's fine. So let's roll all the dice.
Ow.
That is not a good roll. That is a tragic roll. What the heck? I'm going to put that there, and I got to put... Wow, as sad as it is, I have to let that 6 go through because it's going to take almost everything else to cover this 14, and that's way better to block that. So I'm going to take 1 damage, but that's okay. I've got another potion still.
Yeah.
So the nice thing is that you can't fail a card unless a card like specifically says you can fail it. Here we go. Here's a good skill. I can spend 1 pink to roll 2 yellows. Since yellow is my weakest stat, I'll just take that as a skill.
Sounds good to me.
Now, I'm currently at my skill limit for now. Once again, I have taken 3 health, or 3 damage, so let's just drink that potion. But now I'm out of potions. Ooh. Plague Rat. Well, that is only the 1 open door because the other 2 doors were actually defeated, which is nice. And this guy is mostly pink and yellow. Yellow is a little scary, so we're going to do the gamble because we're rogue and we're just going to gamble all the time. Beautiful. And then we're going to roll all the other dice. I put all this effort into blue, and now I don't have much use for the blues yet. That's so many 1s!
Ow.
But
I have to go with ow.
But you know what's nice about all these 1s? I can put this pink 1 over here to roll 2 more yellow dice. That's so much better. And then I can take this yellow 1 and turn that into another yellow 6.
Well, how about that?
That suddenly got a lot better.
Yeah. It's almost like we know what we're doing.
I know, right? Hey, Hard Hat Newt. I gotta do 4 points worth of pink in order to block the shield, so we might as well use those tiny little... Yeah, why don't I just turn a 1 into a pair of 6s all the time? That's a good question, Scott. Blue 5, up in the blue 5. Yellows in yellows. Bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And then all these other dice that don't have a home. We did it.
Yeah.
Mr. Bearman, you never have to apologize for watching Princess Bride.
But the question is, are you left-handed?
Everyone's left-handed. You just got to be ready for it. Alright, I'm at my item limit. I could take a skill, but then I'd have to replace one of the other ones, and clearly Crushing Blow and Backstab just did work. So I think we're just going to take 2 more
Those are
XP.
just too good to...
We still need 4 more.
I believe in you.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Flee? I don't think there's any good scenario with that.
I'm not a coward. I can do this. I just gotta roll 2 really good black dice here. That perfect.
James, I don't know how to break it to you,
I could
but
be.
I feel like now's a really good time to let you know I always vouch for cowardice.
I could be in trouble. I could
I
be
think
in
it might
trouble.
be.
No, it's fine. We're gonna use the backstab. No, I've taken 1 damage. I have 5 more HP. I will turn this yellow 1 into a 6. Okay. So, things I can do. I can use this to cover that, which is good. I can use... Whew.
Can you use?
Yeah, I think my dice are rigged the wrong way. That is so many. Okay. So things I can do. Nah. We're fine, guys.
I disagree.
The pink 6 on the pink 6 makes sense. I'm just debating if... Yeah, unfortunately, with all these like 2s, it's not super helpful. So we might as well do that. And we're gonna do that to get a black 5 as well.
Oh. Okay, I know that I wanted to tag along for like co-pilot purposes. I have a migraine that's just
Ooh,
muckling down on me.
that's no fun.
No. So it was good seeing y'all. I may lurk in chat, but I'm probably not going to be super active.
All right, well, go get some rest then.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
Do just enough there. There. Yeah, and I can't get the 4 and the 5 covered. Unless... Yeah, black can be played on any color. The wide boxes can have any number of dice. The solo boxes have to be a single die. So I can... I can cover the yellow 9. I could also... yeah, I can cover the yellow 9. I'm just debating... Yeah, you need to fully cover it to prevent that damage. But I could also pull the black 5 back off of this card to cover the pink 5. And then cover this with 2s to make up for it. But I'd be trading health for time, which I don't think is... I think losing time is more important than losing health. Because I can't fix the health right now. So sadly, I think that my best bet at this exact moment is to just... do that. I'll end up taking 2 health and 2 time from this.
Words, everything is fine.
Mm-hmm. Fine is a strong word. Yeah, unfortunately, the best... Could have then covered the 6 with the other 2s. Unfortunately, not enough 2s. I could cover the 6 and the 5 instead of this 9, I think. But that's the difference of... It's either... Well, Actually, if I can cover the 6 and the 5. It's just 1 health. Covering this is no... If I hit 0 on my time, I just go down to the next floor, which makes everything a little bit scarier. But yeah, I could potentially... Hold on, let me just, for sake of argument here. Transfer these to there. Yeah, it's just barely not enough.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work.
I can do... The best I can do is this. Which is 2 health 1 time. Which is still better than 2 and 2.
Yeah.
But still not great. But that it is what it is. Alright, so again I'm at my item limit. I could still take this and trade out the other one for the extra health.
Or you could level up.
Or I could level up, which is probably what I'm going to do. I could take the skill. The skill is I have to spend 6 blue. And then pick a value and change up to 5 of my dice of that value to 6s. Chaotic Aura is one of those cards that can be really, 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 really strong if you get the right dice. So, like, in that specific fight, I could have put put 6 points of blue into this and then chose 2 and then turned 5 of my 2s into 6s, which would have been great. But of course, if I don't roll a bunch of the same number, then this ability does nothing.
Yeah, if it didn't cost 6, then it'd be, great,
yeah, but it costs 6 in the first place. I think I might pick this up at some point later. I actually have more blue than it shows. I actually have 4 blue. I have 2 blue base and then 2 blue from my items. So I'm currently at 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 6. But, as Scott said, if I just take this as 4 XP, that'll get me to level 3. Level 3 will get me another potion immediately, which I can use to heal that 3 damage that I've taken, which is nice. And now I can get up to 2 more cards worth of stats and another skill. Which, getting stats is clearly what I need, because just having more dice would have also helped get through that.
Yeah, more items is always extremely helpful, because it's just more dice.
Yeah. Now, getting 10 XP to get to level 4 is...
Yeah, that's rough.
Yes, the Fanatic is in the game, although I don't know if I have the DLCs on the Switch here yet. Yeah, I'll absolutely do that, and then once again, I should be able to dodge.
Hello there.
Brinthoth Void's Champion, that's a great name. And Coward 1700, and Brunin 23. My goodness, that's all the follows. Welcome, welcome.
Hello there.
And Nappy Cross. Alright. Saw on stream print where I have a second character behind your cam where it is. Yes. That's probably where Scott's character is going to end up being when we do this multiplayer. I'll move the camera to a different spot for the next one. Oh, Zenthus is in here starting to blast. Oh, jeez. No, not that kind of blast. 2 and a 6. That's fine. And then we roll all this.
It's not bad.
Gotta cover the 2. Gotta cover the 6. And then just bam. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That'll be more than enough to complete the... And we get out of here. Oh, geez, Zinth's just going nuts. Everyone without their helmets on. Here they come. I can get a skill that will give me... That will let me trade 3 worth of blue for 2 pink dice, which is nice. But again, I need stats. So, and currently, yellow is my lowest stat. I really would like to get 4s on everything so that I can be okay on everything. Gift subs here are delivered via bullet to the head. Yes. Because you can get a prime helmet and protect yourself from that.
I will say, unfortunately, it does look like the co-op is local only. So on Steam, you can do remote play together, but on the Switch, there's no way to do that, as far as I can tell.
But I mean, you could just tell me what you do, and I could do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still here.
You're still there.
Maybe not physically, but you know.
All right. So. Picking the lock is better than bashing it open. I'm getting so close to being able to bash it open. But I still only have the 4 dice if I do this one. Which is scary.
If only your skills weren't combat only, then I'd be like,
I
yeah,
know.
bash it open.
Oh yeah,
then
bash it open, no problem.
Crushing blow it.
But I do have my heroic feat. Screw it, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna gamble it.
God, he's a gambling man.
Of course I'm a gambling man. I'm gonna keep rolling 2 dice because why not? 6 and a 4. Look at that. Beautiful.
Not even punished.
Nah. Why would I ever be punished?
And then you get 2 1s and a 2.
It doesn't matter. It's more than
I think
enough.
you're still good.
No, my
It
universe
was-
is fine. Also, yes, hello, B-Burgers.
I feel like you should have been punished.
Nah. Rogues are never punished for the crazy things they do. This is an interesting one. I can spend any 3 pink dice to gain a black 6, and that can be used in combat or in tests.
Yeah, that's potentially really strong.
It's potentially really strong. It is 3 pinks for 1 die, which is a little scary.
Look, the way you've been rolling.
Exactly.
You get 2 1s and a 2, and then you're like, oh, look, that's a black 6.
So I think I'm going to take that as a skill. A wild game of Dragon Dice I've seen lately. Hello, Joe.
Dragon Dice. That's another game I wouldn't mind playing again.
I am going to stay here for 1 moment because there are no tokens on the floor on the stairs yet, so I can take 1 more card.
Assuming nothing goes wrong.
Exactly, but what could possibly go wrong? Making a black die uses 3 dice, not 2. Excuse you, but Cleave. Cleave is so good. Hey, Mighty Odin. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's true. Our head wounds heal after a month. How lethal could that possibly be? Have I played any other games by Handelabra? Spirit Island, Sentinels of the Multiverse are also both very, very good. I did say butt cleave, yes. No downside to this, right?
Never punished.
Never punished.
Except for that one time you were punished. That's not a bad set of rolls, though.
That's a pretty good one.
That's pretty good.
When you replace an item or a skill, you get the XP for the card discarded. Yes, which is very important.
In fact, you could just take those 2 blue 6s and make it into a black 6 because you don't need all
That's
that
true.
blue.
I don't, because I can't turn those 2 blues 6s.
Oh, right, because it's 3.
Because it's a dang jerk.
What
But I mean, I
What?
don't need to. I'm gonna turn this yellow 2 into a yellow 6, and then just go bop, bop, and bop, and cover all that.
Yeah, and then he's basically already dead.
Cover the 3. Whoops. Nope. You know what? Fine. Whatever.
Yeah, sure. You actually kind of annihilated him.
Game.
This is what it looks like when the dice are being kind.
That's right. I just
Don't
turned.
get
Two,
used
I
to
just
it.
used 2 blue 6s to get a black 1. Ah. There we go. Yeah. What bandit? And then I'm absolutely taking cleave because cleave is just too good.
Well, what do you get rid of?
Nothing, because stealth is the basic skill.
Oh, right. I forgot to factor that in.
Also, though that the 2-time didn't happen because that happened before the card was revealed. So I'm gonna take a look at this last card because I'm spicy, and I also need more cards. Oh God! Oh, it's a spike pit. It's probably fine.
Aren't you gonna get 2-time after this encounter?
I get to choose to leave the floor beforehand.
Oh,
It's very-
I thought it. Oh, okay.
It's a weird push. Yeah, I'm not gonna climb around, Stickman. If I climb around, I take an immediate damage. Rogue is at
Also,
their skill limit.
Dexterity's kind of nice, but that's not what you need.
No. So we're gonna.
Well,
choose,
I mean, it sort of is, but
Yeah, we're gonna choose to jump over. Never punished.
except for that one time.
Nope. Oh,
And
jeez.
this time.
Double punished.
Oh,
Ow!
punished
Punished
hard.
immediately.
Ooh.
All right. Punished sometimes.
Oh, that's not a great roll.
Oh, we're fine, probably.
Emphasis on probably. I Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I mean, you could opt for the 1 damage and just do the 14, right? Because 3, 6, 8, 10, 11. Yeah, you're 3 away if you put the 6 on the cave. So you gotta just do the 14 and then take the 1 damage.
There.
Boy.
No. Over there. Because makes it look better. Alright. And no, I can't backstab. I wish I could backstab. And then
Yeah, all those skills, when they have that cross sword symbol, that means they can be used in combat, but they need the little green bear trap to indicate that they can be used during a trap.
Alright, so now we got 4 and everything. Now we're going to descend the floor. So now it's going to be a little spicy.
Good old dragon skin. A 10 shield for fight and
Yeah.
a 5 shield for traps.
Yeah, this 3rd floor is rough. 3rd floor is where things get ugly. I really wish I had a potion. Also, I have found
potion
no
for you.
other potion cards, which is a little sad.
Goblin, at least.
Goblin is fine. I can murder a goblin. Assuming I can roll. Never punish. Oh, jeez.
Okay, you gotta stop saying never fun. You're getting punished a lot, James.
No.
In fact, if that happens again, you die.
What are you talking about? I
Yes.
could, no,
Just-
I've got 2 health.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're 6. But, it's all assuming this goblin doesn't kill you, which, with rolls like that...
I'll be fine. Hold on. Turn that into that. I'm gonna turn that into that. Hold on. Oh yeah, beautiful.
Okay, that's a lot better.
See, it's so much better. I could do like accuracy. Yeah, let's turn all that into accuracy, and then let's like.
And then just cleave because you can.
Yeah, we're gonna cleave. We're gonna go. Don't need to cleave that. Don't need to cleave those. So we're gonna cleave you. I'm actually gonna cleave you so I can turn you into a black 4. And
Oh, I was just thinking you should have converted your blue dice into black dice first and then cleaved the black dice.
I mean, it doesn't really.
But this'll work too.
That there. 6, 10. Perfect. Cover there. Cover that one. Cover.
Yeah, this
You-
goblin.
Yeah, this
Having a
goblin.
bad
This
day
goblin
all of
is
a sudden.
super dead. I didn't need to do half the things I did to this poor thing.
Dice to spare.
And yeah, no, Stickman. Unfortunately, I have a potion card, which is what allows me to do healing, but I am out of potions. Let's see. I'm at my skill limit. I'm at my item limit. Shimmer Blast is I can spend blue 3 to roll a black die, but I can get 3 XP. That's true. That's a very good point. I could take this as 2 XP, or I could take this as the item and replace one of these 2 cards.
Oh yeah, those are worth more XP, but
They are
give
worth
the
more
same
XP.
stats.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all the way to level 4, but I'm going to dang well try.
It's weird seeing a rogue with such well-balanced stats.
Yeah, I'm trying to be balanced. For some reason. I don't know why. Look at all
I mean, you kind of have to when you have
when
one
you're doing
character.
solo. Yeah. What am I doing with all this worthless pink?
Turning it
Accuracy.
into... Yeah, I mean, you have accuracy and backstab. Hey, look, that's 4 pink dice.
How often am I punished, guys?
Oh.
If I roll Snake Eyes, I'm dead. Never punished. Beautiful. Never punished. There we go. What the problem is?
I was scared.
Oh yeah, but you're. Yeah, Snake Eyes.
Hey.
Snake Eyes would have done 2 health and 6 time, which would have killed me.
Does it go off for both? Because it just says if either is a 1.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
good point. It just says if either is a 1, so it might not go off 1. That's a good point. Snake Eyes only triggers once. Beautiful. We'll turn that into a crushing blow because there's no reason not to.
And then it said that your pink dice actually had the best rolls because they're just going to get spent to do other things.
Potentially, yes. It's
Although I
just-
think...
All right, hold on, because I've got to put a Bluetooth. Also, spent 1 time for each 1 rolled. And do you see the number of 1s that I rolled? Beautiful. I spent 1 time because of his split. So we have to do that first, and we have to do that, and we have to do that before I'm able to even put other dice on this card. I can do...
I will say you do need a yellow or black 6.
Yeah. is why
So
I'm-
maybe taking the
That's unfortunate.
so maybe taking the yellow 6 off of the 10 shield and putting something else on there instead.
No, because I can do this to get a black 6. Just like that. And then the 4, and then the 3, and then the 2 black 5s. Just like that. And in worst case scenario, I could have cleaved other dice up. I had plenty of options for it. So that's fine. Armor Crush. Spend 1 yellow die for a black 6 that can only be used to cover armor.
I always liked that skill because there's always armor
always
slots
armor.
to spend it on.
Yeah.
At least this deep in the cave.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking it. Oh, but if I take this, I do have to give up another skill. And which of these other skills is...
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem. All these skills are good.
So, yeah, I do agree that I think accuracy is probably the worst one here.
Yeah, of the 4 skills you have, accuracy is the most inefficient.
It's the most niche. I wish I could get rid of stealth. Stealth is a baseline one. That one just comes with the character. Yeah, Armor Crush sounds very rogue. Okay. Oh, I could get very, very close to level 4. I think I can do it. Never punished. Ooh, never punished. Never punished.
It really wanted to make you
Never
nervous.
Punished.
Oh boy. Those are some pretty good rolls.
That was all pretty good. Pretty good.
So,
Alright. So let me math here. Okay, the pinks can just cover the pink stuff on its own, which is great. I've got the 10, 5 and 3. Yeah, actually, I can do pretty much everything with almost no need for skills. Because I can go...
I mean, you could also just make it easier by using Crushing Blow and Armor Crush, but you kind of don't have to.
Yeah, I don't think I have to. 5, 3, and then I can't cover that on its own technically, but I could just do that, and then hey, look, it's a yellow 6. Done. Without the need for anything else. I could have also used that black 2 on the Armor Crush. It would have done essentially the same thing. Hello, Galaxy. I literally already have this exact skill. I'm at my stat limit, so let's just take the 3. Okay. I just need 2 more XP, and that'll get me a potion.
Like, never mind any other benefits, just potion.
No, it's a log trap. God, the 262, the 265 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The clobber is probably smart. But that's okay. I don't need much else. Yeah, never punished, obviously. I'm thinking that dodge is probably better, but I'm going to do it anyway. Never punished. Oops.
Oh boy.
That's fine. I've got 1 more health. It's fine. Perfect.
That was a pretty lucky roll.
2, 5, 6, and then plenty. see what the problem is.
The problem is you're nearly dead.
No, it's fine though. And then I take the XPs so that I can level and get a potion. Which gives me an extra black die.
Yeah, the extra black die is also significant.
It occurs to me that I have to descend because that was also my last card.
Yep.
So getting to level 4 gets me the extra black die and the potion.
And now it's dragon time.
Yeah, I'm immediately going to use a potion. And yeah, I don't need any extra health. Alright, and the boss's ability is that black dice can't be placed on his skull boxes. But every time I cover a skull box, it does damage to the boss, and I have to hit him with 6 damage to kill him. Which is pretty dang.
So
easy.
many low blues.
And there's a whole lot of low blues, which is potentially problematic.
Yeah.
But we'll probably be fine.
I mean,
Alright, we have to cover that.
for the other one, you could turn the 2 blue ones into a black one, and then use that black one for armor crush.
Yeah. Yes, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because... And it's specifically going to use that on Armor Crush, because that can't be used on the other 3 6s.
Exactly.
So I can do there for a damage. I also have to cover the 16 and the 17, otherwise I'm dead.
Yeah, this is scary. Well, you have...
I got options.
Okay, that there being a 2 there is actually fine, because you can always use that to either Crushing Blow or Cleave.
Yeah.
So the question is, do you make a black die with the pinks and then
Hold on.
Cleave?
Hold on. Because I think what I have to do here is I think I used the 2 for the cleave. And I want to cleave that into a 5 so I can use that for the armor. So that I can use that for a 6
Yeah.
and that for a 6. Actually, do I even care about that as a 6? Because I have to cover that 16 or I die.
Well, keep in mind that every damage box you don't cover will also hurt you a little bit, and then could cost you another round of combat.
It could, but I'm more worried about the fact that I don't think I flat out don't know if I can cover the 16.
Yeah, it's looking a little iffy.
I think I can cover the 16. It's just not gonna be pleasant. And in fact, it's gonna be real ugly because I do actually have to put this back up there because I have to use... I do end up having to use this here. Nope, come back. Yeah, I have to put everything here just to not take that damage, which is just tragic.
I mean, considering how inefficient that is, I feel like you could just turn the 2 pink 3s into a black 3 and replace the 6, the blue 6 with it.
Yep, that was. Is that math?
Yeah,
Okay. Yes, that's
See?
exactly what it is. See,
I know what I'm talking about.
It was in there somewhere. I just couldn't find it.
And then you can cover the 17.
Yep.
So you didn't manage to do the 6, but
But
considering
that's fine. That
the
I covered
situation-
everything but that, which is fine.
Yeah.
That is, I think, as good as I could have hoped for with those rolls. So I'll do 2 damage to the boss, and I'll take 1.
And he has 6 health, right? Does it
Yeah, he
show?
has 6
yeah,
health.
6.
So that's a third of the way
So,
there.
Yeah, it's still 2 more rounds of combat at
A minimum.
least.
Oh, that's a real good roll.
Okay,
It's a lot of
there's
low
some
yellows,
sixes.
but it's okay.
But the yellows you can use for skills.
Correct.
So
Because that's a crushing blow.
armor
An
crush.
armor
That's
crush
a crushing
and
blow.
a crushing blow. And this pink is going to a backstab. There we go. Beautiful.
Okay. That's not
So
bad.
that's got to go there. Ooh.
6, 5, 11.
Math. I think that I want to cleave.
I think you need to cleave. It'll fix some things for you. Because if you... Because for blue, you're off by 5, which you could fix by turning the black 4 into a 5.
Yeah.
And then... Oh, and you still have a pink 6. Is there a way to take advantage of that?
Yeah, I think there is. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so we have to do that minimum. We want to do that, and that. But can we do enough other stuff? We'd have to do that. Ah, we're good.
Oh, yeah, there you
We'll
go.
just cover everything.
Perfect.
That extra pink 6 just sits there.
Yeah, look at you, beating up the dragon flawlessly with an extra
With an
6 just
extra
hanging out.
6. Who needs it? 6s. Bah! So now I only have to cover one. Well, I have to cover one skull box and not
Oh,
die, I believe, right?
You shouldn't have said bad things about the 6s. Now none of them showed up. It's fine. You can
It's fine.
you
I've
can
got
make it
plenty.
work.
I've got plenty.
You
of
can
6s.
force the game to give you 6s.
Exactly. That's what we do. You gotta do that. Turn you into one of them, because that's just better.
That's the important thing to remember about skills in this game is you look at how this game works and you're like, oh, it's just like RNG nonsense, but that's the point of the skills, is that they allow you to add some consistency by being able to simply increase dice or replace dice with fixed dice.
I think we do that. That goes there. That goes there. And I don't necessarily need to cover the other 2 skulls, so let's make sure.
Yeah.
Get back here. Picking that up has a little bit of a lag spike to it for some reason. That's rude. 17. That's fine. Whatever. Covered.
I mean, to be fair, you can also just like make a black die if you need to. I don't think you need to, but you could.
It's true. And there. And then I can do that.
You are literally 1 point away from doing another flawless here. Like, if that 3
know,
was a
right?
4, you could just be like, alright, black 4, take back the 6, put it on the damage tile, and then...
I mean, I could make a black 4, but to what end?
Well, I just mean if
Oh.
you could make a black 4 without changing anything else. Because you'll still be 3... Yeah, that's not going to be enough as it is.
Yeah, if I could do that, that would be great, but it's not. So I could do. I could do that to get a black 4.
Yeah, but what's the point?
Yeah, because the thing that I'm missing at this point would be a yellow 6 specifically.
Yeah, I was just saying if that yellow 3 was a yellow 4, then you could have made that into a 4 die,
Yeah,
and then that would have worked. But
I mean, this is
You
fine.
didn't
This
have-
is still.
you
this is
still win.
I still win.
It's all just semantics at that point.
Ta-da! And the nice thing about this game is if you
Meta progression.
you do have meta progression because it really is a roguelike. This rogue had nothing going in there. I could have won better. Which sounds aren't on, L? Oh, those sounds. Did somebody try to buy point things and it ruined it again? Gah.
I can't check because I lost mod status again somehow.
God, you're such a scrub, Scott.
It's not my fault. You're the one who keeps taking it away.
Uh-huh.
I say that I don't actually know how it's going away. I just know that I keep losing it.
How many points did it say I had? 11. I get 11 points, and they have to be on green only on this in this case. I always hate getting the 11. I really should be playing on the higher difficulty because 11 drives me nuts.
Yeah, because you can buy one skill and then just barely not quite get another one.
All right, veteran tends to be pretty good because basic skills are pretty okay, but all of these are good. When you use a potion, heal 1. When you ascend, heal 1. After each boss round, heal 1. I'm not gonna lie, just in the boss fight, roll a black die is always pretty fun. But as far as just being able to get something, cunning, change a 5 into a 6 sounds like it's not great, but it can save your life. Guile, change a yellow die to a pink die of the same value. I don't think the rogue needs that one. The rogue needs that the other direction.
Uh-huh. That's more of a, warrior thing.
So I think we're going to put the 6 points in veteran. And I'm going to put the other 5 in dungeon. Yeah. That's what we're doing. So now the next time I play as a rogue, we go there. Alright, so now let's see what we can do with Scott. I may have to figure out where to move. Camera things. We'll find out. Alright, Scott, where to? I don't have the full DLC, so I don't have these boys. Mr. Broccoli.
Also, I forgot that you actually get mist in this game, which I didn't used to know who that is, but now I do.
Now you know who Mist is. So yeah, we don't have the secondary characters.
You don't have the Alchemist. Worst
know.
game ever.
I'm sorry.
Alchemist is my favorite character because she is amazing.
Look, man. I like Caliana, but
okay.
she's spicy.
What is Fanatic? I've never
What
seen
is
that one. before.
Fanatic? That's a great question.
Can you not look at them?
I can look at it. Hold on. I just gotta figure out how to do it. There it is. Okay, first of all, let me... shrink that. And these are gonna end up being like
Roll any or all of your dice stored here.
or something.
Then store a black die here for every 2 1s left in your pool after an encounter. Huh. If Fnatic has as much damage as health, remove 3 damage and replace this skill with Retribution. 1 magic turns into 1 strength and 3 magic. Weird.
Yep, so when she gets low on health, she can bounce back up with a new skill. And then Divine Balance is just if you roll a bunch of 1s that don't get used, you can get black dice that way. So that's what Fnatic does. And just relatively balanced stats. 3-2-2.
Yeah, I do like the balanced stats. I'm trying to remember what is. Oh, Paladin was the other one I was always a fan of because I always loved the Paladin archetype.
One deck dungeon. One deck, one dungeon. Yes. Hey, Phoenix. And yes, Al, all of the characters in this game are female, because why not?
Also, if you're gonna play a Dex character again, Paladin does balance that out quite nicely.
They do. As you can see, Rogue, Warrior, and Mist have all been leveled up a little bit.
What does Mist do? I never actually looked at her stats.
Mist is awesome.
That's what I expected her stats to look like. Focus. Reroll any or all of your dice stored here. Store when you use a magic skill. That makes sense. And she has a magic skill. Store a 3 strength or 3 dex here for every 2 mana spent. And replace the skill with Chaos Arc. The heck is Chaos Arc?
Let me see if I can find it. It's in here somewhere. Not in there, it isn't. No. Wait. I'll find. Nope. I don't remember.
That's fine.
Oh, it basically lets you. Excuse me. So it's prep. It basically prep and spend. You can use prep to store the dice there, and then Chaos Arc lets you spend the dice from there.
Okay.
So yeah, you can, it's nice. You can spend 6 blue mana and be like, here's 3 yellow 3s that I can use on a later date. Yeah, Sentinels of the Multiverse. That's the one. And as you see, I've leveled her up already a little bit, so she has a basic skill, and prepared, and first aid ready to go, with extra points in durability and crafty, because why not? Anyone else you were trying to remember what they do?
No, I think I'm good. So who do you wanna continue playing with Rogue, or do you wanna play a different character?
I could play pretty much anyone. Is there anyone you were feeling? I'll match you.
I mean, my my favorite starter character is still Paladin, so that's what I'm leaning toward.
Alright, we'll put a Paladin. Kaliana is very forgiving. Alright, Paladin's stats are... Oh, what did he... Paladin is heavy physical, low dex, 313. And Witch, I know someone was who... James can keep being grove, they never get punished. Which is surprisingly balanced at just a 2-2-2. But Hammer Smash is just... Are you okay spending time? If you spend time, you can get so many dice. Heroes do not share health bars. We have separate health. And when we take damage, we split it between us. Which is...
That's a pretty cool basic skill.
Yeah, Inner Fire is so good. Hammer Smash is really good too, but, you know, you have to spend time, which is scary.
Yeah, it's spicy.
But you can get so many dice. Most of these characters are based on just fantasy things in general. It's not necessarily Might and Magic or... I mean, Mist is straight up from Aeon's End, and the Fanatic is straight up from Sentinels of the Multiverse. As well as, I think, Aquamancer is from another game as well. I don't remember which one. Let's see. The Paladin's strength weakness here is Dex. Join the duck side. So, who's got good Dex? The Archer's got good Dex. But kiting is boring. You know what? Screw it. Witch with a hammer. Who needs Dex? Dex is for
Look,
sissies.
We can take Dex stats at some point, maybe.
It's true.
Or I can just take all strength and magic and brute force my way through everything.
And then where do we want to go, Scott? Since these characters are unleveled, do we want to stick with low level critters?
Yeah, I mean, they already saw Dragon's Cave, but we can go to Hydra's Reef.
Hydra's Reef.
It'll be
The
a
Yetis-
little scary.
The Yeti's Cavern and the Phoenix Den are both also yellow.
Let's do Phoenix's Den. I don't think I've ever seen.
Don't roll threes.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah. Fire Chicken's rude. Just, I mean, first and foremost, that is a terrifying starting combat set of boxes.
Yeah, 3 magic and 3 strength just right off the bat, on top of whatever the monsters already have.
But that's what we do, Scott.
Yeah. It'll be fine. I'm not scared, you're scared.
What's that?
I'm not scared, you're scared. Also, you can do a lot of damage to the Phoenix.
No, you
Oh,
can't.
wait. Deal 1 damage to the Phoenix if all are covered. Oh, jeez. That's
But
rude.
We can do that. We just have to prepare for that 17 dex.
Yeah.
That's all we need to worry
Yeah, the
about.
dex is the problem. Look, I'll just get skills that let me trade strength and magic for dex dice.
So that's what we're going to do. Phoenix Den. There's our 2 characters. We're sticking with Veteran, I assume. Veteran is true baseline, despite it being the third of 4 difficulties. Because your options are Novice, you start at level 2 and get an extra potion. Standard starts with 1 random card as XP. Reaching the boss gets you plus extra 1 check mark. Regular game rules starts you with nothing fancy, but you get 2 extra check marks when you get to the boss. Fearless starts you with no potions, but reaching the boss gives you 3 check marks. Starting with no potions is terrifying, but
Yeah.
I like that extra check mark. But we can do it.
What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing. Nothing can go wrong. Welcome back. I see there are 2 of you now. The more the merrier. Dungeon is a little different with 2 heroes, but you'll quickly get the hang of it. So once again, spend 2 time. Okay.
Also, the starting stats are lower because there's 2 of us.
That's true. I forgot about that.
So I have 0 dex dice.
Yeah, I think you guys were right. Put this down in the corner. That should be fine. Alright, Scott, pick a door. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
Bam! That's a bad start, Scott.
This is great. This will be great. I don't know what you're worried about.
Well, to be fair, you triggered your Valiant.
Yep, I sure did.
Good job. Good job.
I think you should probably hammer smash. Unless you want to just run away.
Can we... do you want to just go for it early?
I mean... I
I didn't hear no.
Yeah, I think I want to immediately use that.
Oh, yeah, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, for no particular reason.
Alright, so it's going to make you roll that. Look at you, Scott!
Oh, look at that! See? What are you scared of?
And then this version of Hammer Smash is spend 1 time to roll 2 black dice and then discard 1 and roll a sword if it's an even. I'll do it.
Ugh.
I am going to discard the 1 and just keep the 5. It's fine. It's fine. Man, Scott, where are all of our dice? Why-
We haven't got them yet.
Why do we fight this guy? Oh, God!
Oh, God! What? That's gross, game! Okay, well, support aura, doesn't that let me, like, let you re-roll? Oh, of course, you're the one that only rolled 1-1.
Uh-huh. Hold on.
If only I could use it on myself! I have nothing but 1s!
Yeah, well, alright. Hear me out. You can turn 2 of your 1s into a black 1 and give it to me, and then I can re-roll it.
Is that a thing?
That is a thing. When you turn 2 dice into a black die, you could determine which player gets it.
I almost want to do it with all my dice. What am I going to do with the 3 1s and a 2? Just to turn it all into black dice
Oh,
and
it's if you and I use a die, use 1 die
Oh.
each. We can
Well, that
determine who
doesn't
gets
help
it.
then.
That doesn't help. Hold on. A fix.
That doesn't look fixed. Fix it.
Alright. Well, I mean, I can still use this and then use 1 of these.
That's true. It would let you re-roll that too into something better.
I take. Alright, now what?
Alright, fix.
Sport aura?
Support aura, let's go. 2 6s right now. Although, honestly, the blue doesn't need to be a 6. We don't actually... Okay, a 4 is fine. 3 is acceptable.
Perfect.
Oh, he's gonna do so much damage.
What are we talking about?
I think everything is fine.
What do we do, Scott?
think we start over. This is so bad. An ogre on the first door.
No, we're fine. We're fine. There, look at that. 12. I cover that.
If it doesn't quite do it. I guess you put the 3 on the 3, and then that's that.
Is that the best we got?
Now, as a paladin, my ability is that I can turn 2 damage into 1 damage, right? That was a thing.
Is that a thing?
That's what it said when you were looking at it before. Unless that was... oh, wait, no, I think that's the single-player version of Support Aura.
Alright, look. I mean...
I'm the paladin, I'll take it. Ow.
It forced us to take it because it was an immediate kill.
Yeah.
Alright, perfect.
Perfect is a strong word.
What do we want? Magic.
I think we
health.
we need stats.
We get magic and a health, or the ability to discard as many 5s as we want to get yellow 6s. That's weird.
Yeah.
Or a lot of XP. I assume the stats.
I mean, it is a lot of XP, though.
It is. It is
I
sad.
don't know, man. I think either the item or the XP. We don't need brute force.
Well, yeah. Let's give it to you since you took so much damage on that last one. I was so sad I need to go get more coffee. You're not wrong. All right, Scott, I'm not letting you pick the door this time. That was your fault. Oh, that don't look any better. Before the encounter, convert 1 item to XP.
Why would you do this, James?
Look, we were debating turning that into XP anyway. But and look, there's no pink required on this fight. We're fine.
Could use that extra magic.
Oh, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Look, they can't even do that much damage to us anyway. There's only 4 hearts on the card. Hammer smash. Look at that! Never punished.
I mean, you do have to discard 1, so it's a little sad, but then you get to roll a yellow.
It's not as good of a yellow as that black was, but that's fine.
Look, we're gonna get like all 6s here in the.
Scott. Why you do?
I didn't.
I noticed that you did.
Yeah. I think I use my 1 yellow to combine with like your
My pink-yellow?
pink one to
My
give you a
pink-yellow,
black
yep.
one to reroll.
That makes sense.
Is that what I said?
No, I said it.
Oh, okay.
Although I suppose. Yeah. I'm gonna re-roll it.
Oh, it should have done the yellow 2.
No, it's fine. We
a
need
black
that yellow.
one.
We need that yellow too. Watch this. Bam. All right, now what? All right, we gotta do. Man, this is tragic.
I think everything is fine.
Everything is fine. What the problem is, Scott?
I think
Better to cover this one.
can't even cover the 3.
I know, Scott. You don't gotta remind me. It's awful. Well, all right. We could cover that blue 3. or we can cover 4 time.
Well, I mean, I guess that is an option. You could just turn those 2 yellow 3s into a black 3. I mean,
I know. It's not
because right
ideal.
now, well, I think we have to actually, because
Yeah, 'cause otherwise
right
his
now,
feet-
as it is, we're gonna take 2 damage, and then one of us dies.
Again.
Yeah, on our second fight. So far, we're 2 for 2 on someone dying after a fight.
Perfect.
This is great.
Perfect. Look at that. Just fine. Well,
I take.
look at that. Look at us.
Ow.
All right. Do you want a stat?
Do we-
Do you want haste, or do you want to just level up?
Haste is technically along the lines of what I said I would do. I'm like, look, if we have no dex, I'll just take skills that convert strength or magic into dex. But
That's true.
but the
It's like, or
the
we could
XP would level us up.
just, which gets us 2 black dice, man.
2 black
It's
dice?
1 each, isn't it?
I thought it's 1 and then we choose who gets
Oh, it probably is.
it. Look at James thinking the game is gonna be generous.
It's fine. Look, it's also a potion. There, now we just need stats. Alright,
Yeah.
clearly I can't pick cards either. Chat, top or bottom? Or right or left, or up or down, black or white, or night or day.
Northeaster Dennis.
Bam. Oh, it's a bear trap. Oh, look at all that
Oh, look,
dex!
look at the high dex requirement. Are we dead?
No! Just...
I mean, we have a potion, but... Oh, gosh.
I just...
This is so brutal.
we could flee from a bear trap.
I think we might have to. I don't think we can do this.
I don't remember what anti-hex does. Hold on. Oh, joy. Well,
Yeah,
no,
you
you know
can
what?
re-roll.
No. You can re-roll 2 dice or gain a black 3, which can be used for the armor.
Yeah. That's
Which
true.
means we would have my 1 pink and 1 black, and all we would need is to do is get 6 total.
Uh-huh. What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
As we lose 3 time already. Oh boy. You roll because I can support Aura to
No, it's not
re-roll
combat.
if it's a 1.
It's not combat.
You're right, that's a combat
So
ability.
you roll it because I trust your luck.
you...
Bam! That's-
Well, it's better than yours. Oh, if only I had support Aura. Or if only I could support Aura, I should say.
All right.
I take the 3, and then we're short by 1. That's just tragic.
This is so sad.
We're the worst, James. We might be the worst adventurers in the history of adventures.
To be fair, we're level 1 adventurers that dove into a phoenix den. Yeah,
That's
you
true.
need to do the shield first. So we're fine.
Yep. I mean, we have the potion, so
Yeah.
do you have to use the potion preemptively, or is it gonna, like,
I
kill
think it's-
both of us and
it's-
then one of us potions?
Yeah, it's gonna make us use it in a minute. We're fine. We're fine. Watch this.
But will
Oh.
it kill both and then... See, that was my concern, was that it would just kill both of us.
It's fine. It's fine.
That's why I was like, you should probably use the potion and then.
No, it's fine. All right, Scott, where do you want your 1 point to go?
Oh man, ooh, choices. It just. Put it in the healing tree somewhere.
All right,
I feel like Paladin
where do
needs
you
to be
want
healer.
it? It's technically it technically is allowed to be a yellow check mark, but
Yeah, it's allowed to be yellow, but does it need to be?
No, it can be green or yellow.
I'm just thinking because
if we can clear it, we'll get 11.
Yeah, exactly. We get this 1 point. See, this was Galaxy Brain play. We were trying to get the 1 point so that when we get 11, it'll be great.
Exactly. So where are you putting your 1 point?
Prepared.
I'm
gonna bring the potion.
All right. So if you're gonna do healing,
technically, combat makes sense with the witch because you can
yeah,
end up giving yourself extra strength dice, and then you could turn that into dex if you need it.
yeah, I actually think could be good. It feels weird. Let's do it. All right, try again. We'll do better.
All right.
Now it'll be fine this time. No worries. We won't pick the wrong cards. Yes, Joe, we were both about to die to a bear trap. We did indeed die to a bear trap.
All right, top left.
Oops! I went right.
It's a locked door.
It is a locked door.
We could bash it.
We can try to bash it.
Yeah.
We have 3 dice. We need a 3 and then 11.
Bash it.
Oh, and you get a free 3, so we could totally bash it.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
So let's go ahead and
You
roll
just have
these
to add up
dice.
to 11. That does add up to
That
11.
adds up to
Precisely.
exactly 11.
So you anti-hex. I put the
Anti-hex.
3 on the thing.
Yeah, you get your black 3. You put the 3. No.
Don't do it.
There we go. And then we just put there. And
Look at how much better this run is going.
I mean, to be
what's
fair,
gonna
this was
stop us?
this was literally perfect.
Yeah.
James is struggling. As it turns out, moving dice via controller on the Switch is a little harder than moving dice in real life. Also, I'm choking on nothing, and I don't know what happened.
I kind of like.
Shimmer Blast is good, but also stats.
Yeah, I like taking either the item or the XP.
You want the sword, or what stat are you looking for?
Yes.
Okay. Scott said top left. It's the same thing. Beautiful. Why don't we bash
See,
down
and I
another
have
door?
more strength.
Exactly.
So-
Now we can bash the door down even easier.
Yeah.
There will be no problems here. Scott, you can take. Hold on. You can take a 3, or you can re-roll 2 dice.
I think re-rolling 2 dice is theoretically the way to go.
Hold on.
Wait, even if I get a
No.
3 and a 6,
Yeah.
we
You'd end up
still
with-
can't do it.
You'd end up with 9 and then can't do it.
So literally, we've already failed this.
I mean,
But to be fair, this one wasn't our fault. This was the game just being rude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
4 dice, and it's just like, you don't need anything higher than a 2, right?
Perfect. Nailed it. We get
Look,
four. How do we get 4 dice and get 6?
Yeah, who needs hit points anyway?
This looks like Scott's playing Risk. I don't understand this.
It does.
This is specifically Scott attacking in Risk.
Mm-hmm. Every time.
Oh yeah, we should take accuracy, right?
I mean, that would be Galaxy Brain.
All right. All right, here we go. 1 or 2, left or right.
Left.
Wow, that is a long name, right? Welcome. We're doing okay.
Everything is fine.
Oh, look at all that dex that we need for this guy.
We're gonna die again.
But if we get him, we get Cleave. Cleave could be
If
good.
we kill him.
No, we'll kill him. The question is, will he kill us?
Yes. That is a key distinction.
I think it might be physically impossible for us to hit the 8. No, not impossible.
Well, no, you can hammer smash.
I can hammer smash. Let's do it.
And then if you hammer smash and get 1s, I can support Aura.
It's true. And look at that.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That is perfect, because that also gets me another yellow die.
Yep. Which will be high,
Oh,
like
beautiful.
that.
Look at us.
See? What are you scared of?
I don't know,
Scaredy
man.
cat. Oh, that's a 1 for the pink die. That's glorious. Okay. But I can make you re-roll it.
That is true.
Do we want to also do, like, your blue 2 and my blue 1 to give you a black 1?
Absolutely.
And my yellow 1. What am I going to do with the yellow 1?
The yellow one or the... Yeah, I guess. I mean, the blue 4 is the same thing, essentially. But it is
I guess that's true. But either way.
'cause we can't do
Either
that.
way.
I take.
You take, and then I support Aura you.
Anti-Hex is, unfortunately, only in traps. So it's weird. I
Yeah,
can use mine only in traps, and Scott can only use his in combat.
Yeah, he can only make me reroll on traps, and I can make him reroll in
God.
combat. It's what the?
I was like, if it's at least a 2, we could put it on the 8 and be fine. But no.
That's just
That's true.
like you rerolled a 1 into a 1.
That's tragedy. Just tragedy.
Game just doesn't want us to succeed.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
So what if? 6, 5.
What if?
I'm just thinking, how much do we care about all those yellow things? That's mostly just time, right?
It is mostly time.
So if you took
you think
like
I'm making a...
yeah, if you took like the blue 4, one of the blue 4s, and then like 2 yellow 5s, we'd have a black 4.
Oh,
And I know it's painful, but that would allow us.
I mean, you're not wrong,
do
but I hate
something.
it.
Yeah, I know.
Because we can
This
go,
guy
Because
sucks.
we can go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can block that. Block that. Block that.
And then use the 6 on the 3. Or wait, no. Just take. Oh no, that doesn't quite work.
I know, if it was a dang 2, all it needed to
Yeah.
be was not a
Even
1.
if it was a 2.
The fact that it was a 1 twice is tragic.
Uh-huh. The game is just not kind. But yeah, I guess you just cover up the 3,
Yeah.
and then at least he doesn't do any damage to us. We
Yeah,
lose some
we
time.
lose time.
Honestly, as brutal as the game was to us, that still could have been worse
Absolutely.
somehow, maybe.
All right.
And then
You want cleave?
Now, the only problem with Cleave is that with 2 characters, it's not as valuable because it's just my dice, and I don't.
Would you rather just have the XP? Get
I think I'd rather have. Yeah, I think I'd rather have the XP.
Because we need to hit level 2 something fierce.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
really do.
Alright. What do we got? A skeleton? Undying. If any boxes are empty, spend time. But look, that's mostly blue and yellow, right? What the problem is.
What can go wrong?
Exactly. Hammer smash. I think I'm going to spend the 4. Which gets a free yellow. Hey, look at that.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Not bad.
And we roll the dice.
Literally.
Well.
Okay. We don't have a red, or we don't have a yellow 6 or a pink 5, which is unfortunate.
Nope. Man, if I had taken the cleave,
yeah.
we'd have both of those things.
What if?
I mean, you do have the support aura.
Yeah. I think I'd just use it as is because the only way to make another one for you is by turning your blue one into a black one, which doesn't accomplish anything.
Well, it would turn it would turn it black if we wanted to use it somewhere else.
Yeah, and I don't need the blue 2 since you already also have a blue 2. So yeah, because the second blue 2 is worthless. So rather make that into a black die that you're re-rolling.
That way, there's a chance of it being useful somewhere.
Could even be a 6.
I mean, it's
The
gotta
game
be a
won't
1.
let it, but
Okay, a 4. I'll take a 4.
okay, that's something.
Well, that goes there. And then you might as well put that on there.
Yeah, so this is going to cost us some time, which is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Yeah, because like we have a decent number of dice here, but you can't. We could turn
the 2 yellow 5s into a black 5.
Yeah. And it's definitely worth it, because otherwise you're doing nothing with those.
And then you've got the 3 and the 4 to cover those, and then a 4 to cover that, which covers most things. We just lose even more time.
Just couldn't get a 6.
This is why those abilities that can give you guaranteed 6s are so important.
Uh-huh. And of course it's a 2 XP. Ugh.
It is a 2 XP, but it could also be a potion, which lets us re-roll our 1s and 2s and get a black die.
My only problem with potion abilities is, unless they're really strong, it's difficult because you still have to spend potions and you get so few of them.
It's true. I mean, to be fair, taking the card gets you a potion.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So, I mean, even if nothing else, that alone could make it worth it. Even if you never use it as a clarity potion, a potion's a potion.
So do we get the 2 XP and be on the cusp, or do we take the potion?
The 2 XP feels bad. Because there are no 1 XP cards.
I mean, does the excess XP roll over at least?
I don't remember. I don't think it does.
That would be a little sad.
It would be.
I mean, we could just take the potion and hope we get a 3 XP thing.
Let's take the potion. Look, maybe using a potion to reroll 1s and 2s could also save our life.
It could.
Maybe using it as a potion to heal All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. What are you guys thinking?
Seven.
Oh man. Oh, Bunny says 5. Do I have any dice nearby? Of course I have dice nearby. Joe, jeez! I no longer have dice nearby.
Way to go.
That opened violently.
James, this is why we can't have nice things.
Oh! My die fell. Where'd it go?
Look, because chat is... Oh, James, you're hitting things.
What am I hitting?
I don't know. Things were happening.
Things were happening? I'm sorry.
There
we go.
Okay, Odin, I was about to say... Pi was offered up, which is close to 3. So, and he confirmed it. He said 3, so...
Okay. 3.
It's a goblin.
Goblins we can
a
fight!
goblin.
Oh my gosh. Except we might still take damage because of that big 4.
No, look, it'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Hammer smash, because who needs time? Well,
Okay, well, you don't get the extra die, but black 5 ain't bad.
yeah, I'll spend one time for just a black die at advantage.
My dice are so good.
Scott.
Look at how good my dice are.
Scott, please.
Look, I can cover the 4 shield.
That you can.
I'm helping.
I'm gonna use my blue 5 with your blue 1 so that I can re-roll it.
That's tragic.
It
But
is
understandable,
tragic, but
because what
am I
else are you gonna do with, yeah. Although, I don't know.
I know.
Support aura!
Cover that, please. And you cover that, please.
Look, support aura. This could be amazing. You could end up with, like, 3 7s.
It's a 4.
Hey, that's actually
got
all
it.
you needed.
I got the rest of this. Just put your dice.
See?
Just put your dice down, Scott. It's fine.
I'm helping.
To be fair, you did help.
But of course, it's at 2 XP.
I know. Again, it's 2 XP. Shimmer Blast.
Shimmer Blast. I want Shimmer Blast. Give it to me.
Go for
it.
it.
So I can turn my 1 and 2 blue into a 1 black.
Oh no! What have I found?
That's a phantom.
Immediately discard all 1s and 3s rolled.
Oh,
Scott.
well, I'm going
Scott.
to be even more useful than usual.
Also, we need a lot of pink to get through this.
Uh-huh.
Are we better off just running and leaving that card stuck there forever?
Maybe.
You've got
'cause,
you've got your Valiant.
Uh-huh. I don't like him.
We're also already at 8 time. We might as well.
Uh-huh.
Are we better just fleeing and getting other cards? He'll clear when we go down to the next floor. So it's not like we're getting a redraw anyway. It feels bad, but I legitimately don't know if we could do this. We might... Like, we could roll our dice and then get stuck not being able to cover the 2 armor blocks and just exploding.
Yeah. And it's like, I can't even support Aura because all your 1s would just get discarded even if you roll them.
Uh-huh. I think discretion is the better part of valor, and we just say, woohoo! There we go, look at that. It's a little rust mite. A beetle.
There's so many shields.
Uh-huh.
Why does it have so much armor?
And if we don't cover all that armor, we don't get to loot him. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
And it's another 2 XP card.
Of course it is. Do you want to use?
Well,
do you want to use your Valiant?
Yeah, just do it.
Max 1. What'd you roll, Scott? Look at you!
Oh,
rolling
yeah.
good.
Look at me actually helping.
I'm gonna spend time. Whatever. Oh, that's
a little sad.
Look
Okay.
at that. We got some things. We got a cover armor box.
3. I do have a 5 yellow,
Yeah.
and then you have a black 3 for the 3 dex shield, I guess.
That is true.
And then I can cover the 6. And we just barely can't make a 4. So I think we just cover everything but that 4 and move on. I mean, it's even more time, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Ugh. It just feels so bad again. Is the 1 health better than excuse me, is the 1 health better than 2 time?
I guess that's a good point.
We
You
can
could
block
use the
one
6
or
and the
the
3, or 6 and the 4. I mean, technically, when it comes down to it, 3 time is equal to 1 health.
Yeah.
So technically, it makes sense to
just
cover
that.
the 3 anyway.
Ugh, that just feels so bad.
Yep.
Seeing 4 dice left over and we can't make it work because we have no pink. We have no decks between us.
And it's not really giving us a lot of choices.
No, it's not.
Can I replace? Well, actually, Crushing Blow could be good for you too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have as much flat strength as me, but
it's fine. Alright, last card for the floor, probably. It's a goblin! We can fight goblins. Hello, Maggle!
Which means there's another 2. Because, of course.
It's fine, it's fine. It's fine. Also, there's an extra open door. So Swarm is actually higher than 4 for a change. It's fine, it's fine.
Why are you so mean?
Oh, it's fine. We got this. The hammer smash. Well,
okay.
It's a 5.
You didn't get the extra die, but you got a 5.
It's right. How's our day night? Or the dice were very kind on my solo run, and then Scott showed up.
Welcome to my life. Well, you can, since we don't need all the blue, you can turn like the blue 6 and the blue 5 into a black 5, and then
ugh, that feels bad.
It's fine.
I mean, you're not wrong. It just feels bad.
And then I have a 5 and a 3 that can cover the shield. Yeah, or that 3.
Yeah, or that way.
And then, pink 4, I can use the yellow 6 on anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's dead, right? Like,
I think we've got it. Yeah, we got it.
yeah, what the problem is?
Yeah, we did it. Look at
Well,
us.
the problem is that he's another 2 XP.
I mean, yeah, but at this point,
I think we just take the XP.
I think we just take the XP and just be like, forget it, whatever. Alright, so I assume we don't want to try to fight the Phantom.
Yeah, I don't think it would go well.
The fact that we're still on level 1 going into floor 2 is terrifying, though.
The game has been rude.
The game is not being kind.
Now it's gonna be like 4 XP.
Now we have persistence. Black dice cannot be placed in armor boxes, and also all combats have a pink armor. Read that combo again. Every combat relies on my 1 pink die being at least a 3, regardless of what the combat is. Guys, I think we're in trouble. Okay, it's trapped though. That's not a combat.
Traps are usually dex focused.
Not this time. It's dex or magic. We're fine. I mean, look, we physically can't run past it. So, we'll make do. You want to use your heroic die?
And of course I was right about it being a freaking 4 XP.
It's fine. It's fine.
It gave me a heroic die, but yeah, I guess I have to use it.
Roll
get a 2!
Roll gooder, Scott. You know, we have a clarity potion.
I think this might be the time to use it.
Does it use it for one of us or for both
it
of us?
better use it on everybody, otherwise it's just sad.
No!
Oh, come on!
Is it still worth it?
That's rude. Wait, hold on. Does
Okay,
I guess it
hold on.
doesn't matter.
We could also anti-hex.
Yeah, so you can make me re-roll my stuff, which means you should clarity. Like I could. Well, here's what we do: we anti-hex first
Okay.
and see what I get.
Do you
I
want-
re-roll the 2 blue dice.
Okay, that's what you want.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the black die can't be used on the shield anyway.
No, this isn't a combat.
Oh, that only applies in combat.
It only applied in. Oh,
Well, 2, 4, 6,
Maybe
8,
not.
9. We still wouldn't have enough to do
Yeah.
jack squat anyway. So
so
yeah, we'll re-roll those and get a pair of 6s, and everything's fine.
Oh,
That's rude. Okay, well that's still technically better.
it's
So-
still better.
Now you clarity potion on yourself,
Ugh,
and then everything will be fine.
will it?
That's better.
Yes. Where'd you come from? Oh, right, the clarity potion.
Yeah, it also gives you a black die. Okay, so you do the 3, and then the
And then
5
we-
on the 5,
Yeah,
and then we
we're
win.
good.
Everything's fine.
We're fine. It
What-
only
what the
cost us.
problem
It only
is-
cost us the potion. See, that's what the potion's there for. Think of it this way: that potion saved us 3 hearts and 2 time, which is more than what the other potion would have done.
Yep.
Perfect. And Scott, you were complaining that this was for health,
But I could
but you can just
take
you
the
can take
extra
it,
health and then turn in the 2 XP. Yeah.
which levels us to level 2. Yay!
And yeah, the extra experience does not roll over, which is just like
Yep,
my game.
because it's based on the cards, and the cards get discarded to level you up.
It's rude.
It is rude. Arrows! We can't dodge that.
Why more traps?
Magic shield.
Magic shield. Let's
fine.
go.
We could do this.
We have magic.
We have plenty of magic. We have magic. We have who's rolling.
Plenty is a strong word, but we have magic.
I'm gonna let you roll
I
it
guess
because I have
me
anti-hex.
because of anti-hex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Traps is technically better. Look at us. Do we need? We don't
That's
need
not
it.
bad.
We don't need. We don't need nothing. 3,
Yeah.
5, plenty.
That's how you count, right? 3, 5, 5, plenty.
Anti-hex, I'm giving you an extra 3 because
Okay.
I think traps is better. Alright.
Do you want to take another strength die since you have crushing blow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please. Please stats. Please somebody stats. Oh, no, and you're right, Scott. I lied. Persistence is just straight up. Black dice can't be placed in armor. Period.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So you're correct. It's just it's worse in combat just because we don't have pink dice.
Yeah. Look,
This
if
whole
we
entire
get...
floor.
Oh my god, more traps.
Uh-huh.
And this one's just all dex. And it's giving us magic. Like, what...
Do we have to run away from a bear trap? Oh god, a bear trap!
We are the worst adventurers!
We can't!
Oh my god, it's a bear trap! We're gonna
We
die!
gotta go! We gotta go, Scott! That bear trap is
I
gonna...
don't know how to avoid that thing!
I don't
It's
trust
like
it.
a whole foot across!
It's a mimic. Mighty Odin, between the two of us, we will have 1 pink die and 1 black die, and we did a 3, a 5, and a 6. Now, in theory, with our 1 pink die and 1 black die, we could still disarm this.
Potentially.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I suppose I'm also going to give you a 3 or let you re-roll your 1 die. Look, we're not running from a bear trap, Scott.
Oh god. Ugh,
I
so
mean,
much
that's-
time, too.
I mean, look, that bear trap's just going to stay there forever
Oh, okay.
if we don't do it.
I got a 2.
Why'd you get a 2, Scott?
If it was any
If
higher.
it was a 3, it would have been just fine.
So you have to anti-hex to make me re-roll that 1 die on the 17% chance.
Unless you want to clarity potion. To re-roll your 2 and gain another black die.
I don't...
And then you can anti-hex both die if you roll
It
poorly
would
again.
give us a much higher chance, but it's also poopy and I don't like it.
Again, think of it this way, Scott. If we fail this, we're taking 3 damage. If we spend a potion, we could stop
Yeah.
3 damage.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Do it. Drink potion.
Drink potion. Drink potion! Game.
Technical difficulties.
Game. Please, I want to drink a potion. I want Scott to drink a potion. Why will it not let me...
I don't think it wants you to drink a potion.
Hold on. I think I know what the problem is. No! I can clarity potion, game. Why can't I clarity potion? I was worried that the clarity potion was like combat only, but no. Legitimately. There we go. Clarity potion.
Okay.
I guess I have to. I can't do it. I can't do it before putting down dice, I guess. All right, Scott. You can roll better than the 2. You can roll better than the 2. All right.
Okay.
So here's the question, Scott. What's more valuable? Re-rolling the 1 and the 4, or just getting a black 3?
Reroll.
You want to do the re-roll?
Do it.
I believe you. I believe in you. I like how the default is re-roll no dice. Oh, and it's up to 2 dice.
I could just re-roll the 1, but it's virtually. I want to say worthless, but I guess technically it's not. But if I reroll both,
You could.
and I get a 5 and a 6,
It'll be perfect.
yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Nothing. Never punished. Oh!
You're so close! Game! Why did you have to almost make my dreams be real
Oh,
and then not?
so sad. Look, it's fine. It's fine. Hi, Matthias.
Freaking dice.
Look,
I'll take it.
you almost did that,
I-
Scott. I'll take that hit.
It was so close. It was a 6 and a 4.
I know. One Deck Dungeon is a game where the dice hate you.
Do we just take some XP? Do we get another potion?
Do you want a magic stat?
I like magic, but we need Dex. For the love of God, we need Dex.
So what do you think, Scott? Because it's up to you. My witch is at their limit, so you can have the magic if you want it. You can have the potion if you think we need it, or we can just take the XP to start working.
Get XP. Do the thing.
Oh, Scott,
Not that we'll ever have enough time.
We're over halfway through floor 2.
Uh-huh.
What are you? Why? Before the encounter, one hero loses a health.
Why, though?
Look at all the decks and magic.
Ugh.
You got plenty of magic.
Look, I got my heroic.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're gonna take the hit because I can't.
Yep.
You're gonna use your heroic.
Yes.
Okay. What you gonna roll? Beautiful.
That's not bad.
I'm gonna spend the time. Why? We don't need yellow dice. Well, we got an
Oh,
extra.
jeez. You got a 3.
You have the support aura, so I'll roll.
Yeah, you roll.
Oh, please, pink. Okay. So, this, unfortunately, as tragic as it is, has to go here. Because we can't put the black die there.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad, because we do need
Uh-huh!
a pink 6, but we can't, because that rule is stupid.
Look, man, Phoenix Cave... We should have thought about this going into the Phoenix Cave. We should have had
We
one of
should've.
us with decks.
I told you, I'm a paladin, and I have no decks. You like playing dex characters, and you're like, I'm gonna be a witch.
Look... I don't know, someone said hammer. Alright, now what?
Now...
I have a crushing blow!
You know... That... Oh, is that worth it? I was just thinking you could do, like, a yellow 6 and a blue 6 to make a black 6 to still be able to cover the
Yeah.
pink 6.
And I think it actually is worth because we have so little yellow here.
Oh, and I can,
Because you could just, you can cover that, and I can literally go...
and it's a little risky, but I could Shimmer Blast. It could be higher, or it might not be. Oh, you know what, though? We can also turn 2 yellow 5s into a black 5.
Yep. Which we might as well.
And then... is that just enough? 3, 3, yeah, that's enough.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, we're super good. We're fine. What are you scared of, James?
Nothing.
Excellent.
Perfect. Got him. All right.
Hey, look, Dex and health.
It's Dex and health, yes.
I feel like
But gain a free blue 6 that must be sent on a skill. Huh? Huh?
I mean, I could Shimmer Blast with it.
I'm gonna give that to you.
Yeah.
All right. Now we spend more time. We spend like another 6 time here.
Yep.
Which means we're gonna get to go through. I think we can go through all these cards as long as nothing tragic happens.
Uh-huh.
Okay, look, that's good.
Okay.
We can do that.
Plaguerat's fine.
That's a lot of decks.
I just got more decks, it's fine. Also, he's giving us decks, but I don't think anyone is... Yeah, we're both
We're
at
both
our
at our
limit.
limit because we're only barely on level 2.
Look, it's fine. Everything is fine.
Is it? Are we literally going to be able to do anything here?
It's...
Because we have 2 pink dice that need to cover the 2 shields, or we do nothing.
God, that's so much decks. Why is it always like this?
The Phoenix Den's persistence literally could just make us not be able to touch a Plague Rat.
Or we could roll like bosses and it'll be fine.
Well, of course.
We don't even need to be like final bosses. We could be like mid-boss.
Mid-boss?
The Dark Adonis.
We just need a 3 and a 4 on those 2 pink
Yep,
dice.
that's it. That's all we
that's-
need. What the problem is?
You know, rolling a 7 on 2 dice is the most common roll.
Exactly. A 3 and a 4.
One of them's a 50-50, the other one's better than 50-50. What the problem is? No!
We got 7, James!
We did get 7.
James, we got 7.
We did get 7.
And, you know, if it had been the other way around, I could have support Orad.
Instead, you're going to use a clarity potion to reroll the 1 and the 2s.
I think I have to, don't I?
I think so.
Because otherwise we can't do anything.
But before we
And
before we do that, I think you use your Shimmer Blast. That way, if you roll it poorly,
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
you reroll that one too. Oh look!
Hey, look at that! Look, you're just giving the potion more value.
Exactly. What?
This
the
is
hell?
marketing. Oh, this is fine.
It's fine.
This is fine.
Look at that. Roll all of them. You're fine. Perfect.
Yes!
And
I
you
mean,
get the bonus.
The black one is still a 1, but... Hey, look at 2!
It's fine. It's
It's
fine.
just useless.
The 1 and the 2 are both useless. It's true. But
okay,
look.
well,
We can cover those. Perfect.
we can actually do things. And then I think otherwise this guy is...
I mean, we're doing some work.
it's mostly fine.
I'm going to use the 4 here so we have a 5 that we can turn. We can turn the 2 blue 5s into a something, a pink 5.
Yeah, we're fine. The rest of this is easy.
No, excuse you. There. No, well, that's fine. Whatever.
And then, yeah, he's annihilated. It's fine. So we only had to use another potion on a plague rat.
Shh! Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Dex. You could, like...
I could replace one of my dang stats, but then do what?
Look, all I'm saying is... Clearly, Dex is our weak point.
I mean, yeah. There we go. I'm gonna let you stay with strength. I threw away a strength for a dex.
Look, technically, that balances you out because with
No!
Hammer Smash, you can.
I can get extra yellows.
Uh-huh.
Look, can we even do this?
Yeah, it's fine. What the problem is?
I don't think we have enough dice for this.
It's an ogre. We're never gonna have enough dice for it. But if we do kill him, we can
level up. But we're out of potions, and you can take 2 damage. So we need to be able to cover a lot.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Supreme confidence.
Okay, Scott said it. This is his fault. You used your Valiant.
Yeah, oh yes, very. We're gonna die.
Why is Hammer Smash on there twice? It's like you should
I
really,
don't know.
you should really use Hammer Smash.
Well, so please roll a 6. I think the game misunderstood. I said 6. That's not a 6 either.
I rolled a 7. Okay. What do we got?
Okay.
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 So the 4 has to go here.
Yeah, we can work with this.
And then I can do
So
that and that.
yeah, and then we can turn the 2 blue 6s into
whatever we
black
need.
6.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
That's dangerous.
I know.
Oh.
I'm a crushing blow this 2 into a yellow 6. And then
So yeah, definitely make a black 6, and then honestly
I can use
turn the black 5s into, because I have a oh, well, I guess that doesn't matter.
No, come back here. 6 and 6 is 12.
James is struggling to math.
Yes, hard actually. I think we're okay. I think we're actually just good. I think we're like super good. Yeah, we're super
See?
good.
Supreme confidence.
Supreme confidence. And look, you can even shimmer blast.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want.
Look at that. Beautiful.
I'm gonna blast him.
Bam. Look at that.
Overkill.
We were fine.
We ogre killed
we
him.
were what were you scared about, guys?
There's no kill like ogre kill.
Oh. You want to level up?
Yes.
That gives us a potion and the ability for more stats. Doesn't give us more stats. All right. Now here's the thing. We can descend immediately, or as long as nothing tragic happens, we can safely fight 1 more card.
Safely sounds good to me.
Well,
You said safely.
I did. Well, then this is your fault. Which of these?
Bottom.
Done. It's Fire Trap. Dodge it.
Okay.
The sad thing is,
God.
if we try to disenchant, we take the hit immediately, or we go for the dodge where we have 3 pink dice.
To be fair, it's only a difference of 1 die. Although it is also a difference of 8 versus 14.
And the 3 and the 5 and our 1. I could give you a black 3. You can't use it for the armor.
Oh boy. Well, disenchant time.
Nope.
Oh no.
I believe.
look if it's like all sixes.
Yo!
Oh, well, that's a pretty good roll.
That's good. Look, I could go there.
That's almost even
Oh,
enough.
it is so close to enough.
It's 1 point away. Where if you, if that 4 was a 5, then you'd be able to anti-hex to give me the 14. Is there a way? I mean,
we could just not do the 5, which is far less punishing.
it's either that or we clarity potion, which I don't think is worth it at that point. I think we're better off healing than using a clarity potion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
It's
guess
like-
you just cover the 14 and then it's so sad because it's so close.
It really is.
And then I'll take the 1 damage. And then now if you drink a healing potion like between floors, you can drink it for 3,
For 3,
right?
correct.
So I could just drink it to get to full health.
Yes.
Meanwhile, someone should take that stat, right? Like, we need stats. Although the haste
The
is also
the haste is real tempting.
potentially very good.
Since we do both have 2 blue, turning one of them into 2 pink could be huge.
And I do already have Shimmer Blast,
Yeah.
so I think you should take it.
I think I agree, and I'm just scared. I don't need to replace. Oh,
Now I should probably quaff the potion. Yeah, I take,
yeah,
and then... Oh, did you stay?
I hit the wrong button. But can I undo the
Well,
whole
I
thing?
guess we're
Hold on.
opening that door now!
Hold on. Nope. Oh, wait. I might be able to go all the way back.
Nope.
Yes. I can choose
Oh,
to
you
descend
were?
instead.
Okay.
I think that's safer to descend. Okay. Now I'm scared, though. All 3s are immediately discarded.
Oh, that's
Which-
so
Which is
bad.
particularly angry if we roll the pink 3.
Wait, does that also mean that your anti-hex can only do rerolls
No, it's
now?
all 3s rolled. I think giving
Oh.
you the 3 is fine.
Yeah,
I
good point.
think.
Okay. Alright, so
Scott heals
drink
up.
the healing,
We're out of potions.
do the thing.
Well, which door kills us, Scott?
All of them.
Perfect. Oh no!
Oh, it's a freaking... I mean, look. All 3s being rolled or discarded anyway,
That's
so his
true.
ethereal is half as effective as it used to be.
So what? You saying just do
sort
it?
of.
Just get him, kill him, done. You gonna use
Yes.
your Valiant? Are
What
you
could
basically just?
possibly go wrong?
Are you basically just use your Valiant every chance it comes up?
Yeah, because of the way it works, it's like the 4 XP fights are all the toughest ones anyway. So when are you gonna get a extra die and be like, nah? Oh look, it got discarded. God dang it.
Haha.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the question.
Oh, that's
Scott.
a choice.
Yeah. I think I discard the 5. Oddly enough.
I think you do, because then you get the free roll of a yellow die, which could just get discarded, or it might
Or
not.
it could be a yellow
Or it could be a
6.
6.
Beautiful. You have support aura still, so I think I'll roll.
Not that that matters, because if you roll ones, they just get discarded.
Yeah.
But
Oh no! Oh no!
look at all the ones! Look at all of my dice! Just go away!
Scott, why?
Yeah, I hate.
What just
I
happened?
hate.
What just happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I gotta do that. Well, I don't necessarily gotta do that. Yes, I gotta do that.
I don't think you can do anything here. Oh God, are you gonna have to spend a 6 blue to haste?
No, I could spend the black 4.
Oh yeah. It's still sad.
Scott, I'm gonna roll a 1 and a 3. I can feel it in my bones.
Oh my God.
That's
just
almost
as bad.
worse. And then,
I think we die here.
I don't
I think we die.
think we're gonna make it, Scott.
No.
I
I think this phantom just murdered us.
think we could have a problem, Scott.
And the sad thing is, we only, like, just started finally fixing our low decks. Like, now our stats are actually pretty well-rounded. But the game was like, yeah, I don't care.
Then we have to cover, because we have to cover the armors next. And we have no...
And you can't.
We have nothing to cover the armor with.
The sad thing is, he's so powerful, plus all the Phoenix Den stuff, that even if one of those 2s was a 3, there's so many panels, and we just can't cover them.
I mean, it doesn't help that we rolled like 12 ones on this fight.
Yeah.
Alright, so what happens when we both die? We both die, actually. Never mind. So we're going to take 9 damage.
It's fine.
Oh. I got a crushing blow. I just... The Phoenix Den being black dice can't be placed on armor is so bad.
It's brutal.
It's fine. It's fine. No big.
Like, why?
I'll take it.
Oh, does that technically mean I live?
No.
Look, I still had 1 hit point.
So we each got 4 more points.
Uh-huh.
It's 4 yellows.
You know, I'm gonna put it in,
It being that it's 4 yellows, now it's a bit of a question, isn't it?
I'm just thinking I could do, like, recovery, but then I'm like, is that the one I want, or do I want first aid? Yeah, screw it. Put it in the yellow recovery.
Yellow
Why
recovery?
not? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this would be useless against the Phoenix.
Well, not useless, just, you know, not what we want. Uh-huh.
Still doing it, because I think it's still better. So try that again, or are we going to drop down to the dragon? Or something else entirely here.
I don't know, man. Whatever you want to do, whatever you think is best.
There's a whole thing with, like, fiends that we don't even have either. I don't even know what fiends are.
Look, this just means if you do this again, you gotta get the DLC.
It's true.
And I could be an alchemist. Alchemist is so good.
Alright, why don't we just... we're still doing the 2-star without meta progression, Odin. Just you watch. We're gonna go fight a Hydra. Because what's he got? Look at that. Just a little bit of dex that's not even armored dex, so whatever. Sticky surroundings is just we spend a lot more time, which... And then poison aura, black dice are decreased by 1 after rolling and checking other effects. Big whoop, let's do it. What's he do over here? That's a lot of pink.
That's a lot of everything.
No, we're fine. Absolutely not. We're doing this again. We got this. Do we need that starting potion?
Are you seriously asking about going up in difficulty?
We don't need potions. What's a potion? Look, that just means that we get 3 XP if we can get to the boss. All we have to do is get there. We're fine. We don't need a potion. We don't need any potions.
James, the
I turned my fan on.
hubris.
Oh no, Scott!
It's a trap! It's a Dex-only trap! Who would have thought? The game is already punishing us.
Alright. We have 2 options.
For your hubris.
So we either run... To be fair, my hubris doesn't affect this bear trap.
No, but your hubris is the reason why it's here.
So 2 options, Scott. We either run from a bear trap, like sissies, or we choose to run through, fail horribly, and get dexed.
So, the number of times that we've been staring death in the eye, and it's in the shape of a bear trap, is, disconcerting.
What do you say, Scott? Are we running from a bear trap, or are we just going to take 2 damage each to just start with dex? And who knows, it might not be 2 damage each. One of us... I could roll a 5. Oh, and in fact...
Yeah, that's it. There's no more sentence. You can stop.
It's true.
That's literally it. It's you could roll a 5.
My sounds are still broken. I'm so sorry.
Honestly, is it worse to... Like, you could disarm them. We lose more time. But if you roll a 6, you can just do that. And if you roll a 1, I can't use support aura because it's a trap, so never mind. But still. Oh my god. Why though? All you had to do was roll a 3 or higher, and we could have done this.
I just...
Have I mentioned I hate RNG?
I love RNG. It's fine. Who wants the 1 extra? I'll take it. It's my fault. Let's be honest.
It is your fault.
But look, Dex!
Or invisibility potion. I actually think invisibility potion is amazing.
It's very good.
Because if we come across a phantom, we can just be like, you know what? I think 2-timing a potion to just get the rewards is way to go.
But see, Damon Works, normally there's a lot of ways of mitigating this RNG. We're just not there yet. Eight months of lurking, Theo. Well, always pleasure to have you. I'll see if I could fix the sounds at some point. I'm so sorry. I'll fix it. I thought that I fixed. It only fixed the other alerts. Why did it not fix the sounds? What did I do wrong? OBS, why? What do we got? What are we doing, Scott? Do we got him?
No. I mean, it's child's play, right?
You said it. I'm to spend time. Oh,
Well.
beautiful.
That's pretty sweet.
Don't you dare. Okay.
Okay, okay. Well, we've got the 9. And I've got a 5. And then we have a 6. Can we... We don't have a lot of options for...
Ooh, I'll have to,
dealing with...
I'll have to fix the, well, I'll have to get Lee to add a couple more of those things in there. Follow Age is a good one. Follow Age and Watch Time are both good ones. Scott.
I guess it's technically better to use the black 6 on the 5 rather than the 6, just because it's more damage. Yep.
That's pretty butts.
Yeah.
But that's about as good as it's gonna get. I can't take. Alright. What do you think, Scott? Stats are good, haste is good, 3 XP is halfway to level 2.
Yeah, I don't think there's a wrong option here. There's a small part of me that wants to be like, well, I'll take the haste. I can... The only problem is that part of the reason that we need Dex is for traps. And that can't be
Haste
used
doesn't
on
work.
traps.
Walk away from the rewards. No. You are correct, Scott. Look, I think we're just gonna get to level 2.
Now watch everything be a 2 XP again.
Spikes.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's 3 XP, Scott.
It is.
We can climb over
We
that, right? Climb around
Yeah,
it.
we can climb. I have a climb speed of 20 feet, and you have a climb speed of 20 feet.
I know. We're cats. We could like make that 40 feet.
Tabaxi Bros.
Why is that a 1?
That's almost. Almost. If
It's
With
it's 1 away.
if it was
1 away.
yeah, if it was 1 point higher, if my 3 was a 4, your 1 was a 2, this would be perfect.
Why? Why?
Well, I guess we just cover the 8 and move on. Which also means that one of us is gonna drink a health potion. Because the game decided to be as much of a jerk as it's been all night.
It's fine. As I say, I need to have Scott rolling this somehow. Get over here, Scott. It's my fault. I'll take the hit. It's fine. Level up! There we go. Level 2. Now we need items. For the love of God, we need stats.
Yeah. So badly.
It's a magic door. We could do magic doors.
Yeah, magic
Maybe.
is a possibility. I mean, it's a
It's a-
14.
Yeah, but
Plus
it's also
5.
it's also a 4-star, so it's a you
I
got
get my
Valiant.
heroic. Okay.
We could do
And
it.
we just leveled up, so we also get another black die.
Yeah, let's do it. Use your Valiant.
I'll roll all the dice, and then you can anti-hex
That's
to
true.
re-roll them if they're bad, like that. And that. Just my game.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're gonna
So,
re-roll 2 dice.
Uh-huh. The 2 blue ones.
The
On
two-
principle.
You know what? That's fair. All right, Scott, you can do this. 7.
It's
That's fine.
better.
It's enough.
It's 5. Yep, that's enough. That's all we needed.
Look,
Look
we
at
did a
that.
thing, no problem.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Take
And that's
4 XP? Or do we take...
magic and health.
Magic and health is tempting.
We can
need
always
stats.
we can always turn it into 4 XP later if we really need to.
That's true.
I'm gonna just get you swole.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue.
Oh Lord, why is the time almost gone already?
Cause everything is mean and this game is awful.
Also, Hydra's Reef is spending an extra turn every turn
exactly.
every turn.
It's mean.
I know we need the XP too, Odin, but you're okay to fight, I think. Spend time for each skill.
But we have like no skills.
Exactly. At most, we'll spend 1 on support aura.
Hooray! We're unskilled.
Scott, can we even do this?
Look, black dice.
That's true. We have black dice. Let's go. And hammer smash.
Do it. Smash with the hammer. That's not
Look, it's
good, James.
It's fine. It still gets me the yellow. I got this.
Could be worse.
Now that I think about it, I actually might have been better off saving the 1. Oh, then we're fine. We're fine. Look
Yeah,
at
and
that.
if you'd saved the 1, support aura would have cost us a time. So
Exactly. Look, we could do that. And then, like, you've got the rest of this.
pretty much.
We can't do anything about that 3.
We can make a black die.
Oh, yeah, we can make a black die.
What are you doing, James?
I don't know, panicking.
Everybody panic. And take it.
Perfect. Look at that.
What are you worried about?
Nothing. Oh,
Alright, so now we can get strength and health. Do you want to take that? Because you have no stats yet?
Change 2 of your non-black dice to be 6s.
That is awesome, but it's still... You gotta use potions.
It's fine, I'll take the stats. Stats is good. We need stats. We need stats.
Yeah.
Stats is just
More
raw
stats is more dice.
We need... Oh, my lord, we're already at the bottom of floor 1. We can stay 1 card.
But look, this time we leveled up. Last time we were going to floor 2, we were still level 1.
Why is it
Although-
you?
Ugh.
No,
Convert
No.
1 item to
No.
XP.
no. We...
Ugh.
So, Evelyn, we only take a damage if we spend 3 time. And we can leave before we spend the 2 time. I think we just have to flee, so that we don't have to convert the card.
I hate it, but
Because what are we gonna do? Convert a card, fight him, and then get a card, right? Like,
I mean, we'd still get the XP.
I mean, that's true. But is that worth?
I don't know, man.
Is 3
Whether
XP
it's worth it is debatable.
Yeah, is 3 XP worth essentially 1 health? Because both of our items are a stat and a health.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, we probably need to run. This guy's a jerk.
Now we descend, because otherwise we'll take a hit.
Just a big old stinky poo-poo butt.
It's a stinky poo-poo butt, but we're fine. We're fine. All right, now it's got regen. which is just a lot more angry in combat.
Oh look, we need more decks in combat.
It's fine.
Again.
We'll get it.
Why does the game keep doing that to us? Oh my god!
I mean, that could be an invisibility potion, Scott. We only have the one.
You
but-
know, I don't hate that.
Just spend it and get the card.
I really hate this guy.
Alright.
I don't think it matters who drinks it.
Done.
Alright, so do we get half of our level? Do we just
Just
get a
add
free
a
black die on traps?
Oof.
Um,
A black die on traps is real tempting. But then it becomes useless once we hit the boss.
yeah, and like traps are less common than fights, which is why most stuff is fight oriented.
You want just more
But-
fights and more health then?
I think we need the stats.
I agree.
Like the 4 XP is also tempting, but again, stats, man.
Yeah, I say stats is currently... Yeah, unless the boss is a trap. But it's a Hydra. Also, where is the Dex? We need Dex before we get to the boss. Also, frickin' what is this? Oh, hey, look, Dex. Ooh. Now, the Dex is good, but that Static Burst...
Yeah, static burst is mwah. I like that a lot.
But we could do it. We could do it. That's fine. It's fine. Again, we have no skills. You gotta use your Valiant.
Yes. To roll that sweet 2.
It's a 3.
Oh,
I'm using.
See,
I'm gonna
even
use my
higher.
Hammer Smash every time. I don't care. Whatever. Also, I'll burn her. What do we need time for? Look at that.
all right then.
1-6 is perfect. Oh, you
That was a 4 game.
tease.
Look,
It's
I
fine.
have support. Well, I don't know if support or is worth it, but we'll see. Jeez, if I could support Aura myself, it would be worth it. But
Look,
I
you
can't.
could spend 2 of your one.
Yeah.
I could eat your ones into black dice, and then
Yeah.
them.
you could be like
I
you're
could be like,
2 into a 1, you're 3 into a 1, and then
like
I don't know.
I could do that.
and I think it is worth the one time to just support Aura that. I'm just so sad that I have 2 more ones that are just completely useless.
Well, but to be fair, because of the way these stat blocks are, like, I'm almost tempted to take one of your ones with this yellow 4.
It's not a bad idea because technically a yellow 4
Is doing nothing.
is
for us, right?
completely worthless. Yeah.
I mean, the alternative, of course, is we can spend both yellow 4s to make a black 4. Which, does that help us? It helps us to. We could use the 4 with a 6 to clear the 10.
but I mean, I already had. Well, guess.
Because currently we have to overpay on the 10. Because it's pink.
We don't technically have to because
No.
we have a black 1 and a black 3, but I mean, I could also just turn my yellow and blue 1s into a black 1 and then use that with a black 3.
That works too. So you just want to work with that? Just
I guess so.
I'll re-roll these. Yeah, fade, whatever. Okay.
Okay. I was worried that was about to be a pair of 2s. Alright, so...
So is that...
Well, the two yellow 4s are still currently worthless.
Yeah.
So I think you do the black 4.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. And then it doesn't matter where it goes. Then we can do there. There. These are still ugly.
Yeah. It's sad that we have like all these dice left, but we can't do
The things
that
we need.
5. It's like we can cover the 3s at least, and then we're sitting there with a 6 that we can't use. Theoretically,
What is behind this? Worse.
wait, what if you did? Four, 6.
The problem is that the excuse me, the 2, the 1, and the 1 are
What's that blue 4 covering? Like, what's that panel?
worse than
Oh, that is nasty. Because I was thinking, like, technically you could turn. I guess that doesn't really help anyway. Yeah, I guess that's as good as it gets, which is just
That feels bad. But
tragic.
need more abilities to make it better.
Uh huh.
It's fine. Eh. Dying Star in a build. Use Dying Star to ramp charge shields and siphon shields and lance. Yes, absolutely. Just burn for days. Alright, yeah, you said you want that static burst to go with your magic, Scott?
I really like Static Burst. It reminds me of my Chris Blade from the best character.
From the best character.
Yeah, the Alchemist.
Ah. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot of decks. But we gotta do it, right?
I have a heroic die again.
Yeah, and I got a hammer smash, and we got one regular heroic die.
It'll
and
be fine.
it'll be fine. I'll take the hit. Whatever. Actually, I probably shouldn't because it makes us split the health evenly. But whatever. It's fine. You're gonna roll beautifully here.
So far, so good.
That's basically useless.
It'll be fine.
Alright, now, you have support aura, but you also have static burst. So now it's actually questionable who gets this.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it really comes down to, is it going to be a 1?
No, it won't.
Okay, I'll roll it then.
Decision.
We'll see.
Boom!
It
It's the
was a
opposite of a
6. But
Beautiful.
there are many other low numbers here.
Yeah.
I do have a 3 and a 1 that can be used to static burst.
It's true. I think it's a great idea. Now, what are we increasing?
Okay.
Is the real question.
Yeah, I think a yellow 4
4
to
into
make
a
it a yellow
5.
5, because we need to cover that yellow 5, and then my yellow 1 could combine with your yellow 2 to make a black 1 for you.
It's true.
That way you can
Reroll another.
Yeah, and then if you wanted to, My yellow 2 is also useless. You could combine that with your black 1 to turn it into or your blue 1 to make it
Turn
a
into
black, one.
That's true.
So that way you're re-rolling 2 blacks instead of a black and a blue, which
That's
is
true.
what he's gonna be.
Oh, I like it.
Alright, now support aura.
Let's go.
Bunny has got- oh, that
7
was
still.
almost
I'll take
beautiful.
6
I
for
mean,
it.
it's still good, yeah. Okay, so we've got some high dice here. I think we might actually have
Might
this.
be okay.
I think you just start dropping, like the yellow 5, the blue 6. Just put things
where we know
where
they
it's
go.
optimal. I think one of the black 6s definitely goes on the pink 6 panel.
Yeah. The blue 6 can go on the blue 6.
And then we can turn a couple of the yellows into a black to cover the other pink panel.
Yep.
And then we just win.
Yeah, we're good. Six. 8. No.
Oh,
Perfect. Done.
perfect.
Beautiful.
With a die to spare.
With a die to spare. I like this game because it's RNG heavy, but it's just puzzles.
Do we take half a level's worth of XP or do we take more stats? If it was Dex instead of Magic, I would be more inclined to
You would
take
be
the stats.
100%.
But I'm kind of leaning toward the XP here. Unless you want to take the stat and then,
Convert it
when
later.
you find Dex, convert it into
Yeah,
XP.
I might as well take it for now because having the 4.
Yeah, having 4 XP doesn't make us stronger, but having 1 more Dex and 1 more health does. Or 1 more Magic and health.
Oh, hey, look, it's that same guy again.
Look, that just means we know
That
that
we
we
can
can
do
do this. We killed him once. And look, he's got Dex!
He does
Dex and
indeed.
health.
Oh, look how even we are. Aw, Bunny, Puzzle and Dragons. I enjoyed Puzzle and Dragons.
I'm not familiar, but it sounds like a thing I like and a thing I like.
Is one of them mobile... yeah, I'll discard the 3 and get an extra yellow, because why not? Is one of them mobile games. It's not going to be a 1. Oh, the tease again. Scott.
I don't know why you ever expect me to roll well.
Also, I mean, to be fair, I have a million 3s over here. It's not really much better.
It is better, though.
It's technically better.
I mean, we could turn...
We could turn
Your
3 of those 3s into black 1s.
They're even 1-to-1 in color ratio. Like,
Yeah.
your 2 blue 3s and my 2 blue 1s, and then the yellows. Just turn it all into 1s, and then re-roll it.
I mean, definitely...
It's not the worst idea.
Hold on. Definitely that.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is that we do actually still need a lot of blue here.
Well, then, you do the yellow 4 with a blue 1.
I believe that is true.
And then...
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Problem is, I've still got these yellow dice that are not doing anything.
Right.
But if I'm just thinking, if I static burst,
Yeah.
then I could turn.
You could get a black 4 out of it.
Because I'm thinking I would get. Yeah, because it would get me a pink 4 and a yellow 4, and I could increase something by 1, and then I could turn the 2 yellow 4s into a black 4, and then I could even do the +1 to the yellow 2 to make it a yellow 3, which could then combine with. No, that's unnecessary. Well, I think we support Aura here regardless to see what you get, because I don't think it's going to be any more optimal than that. Okay.
Not ideal.
Could have been worse. Could have been better.
I'm just going to put that there, because where else is it going to go? Same.
So
well, no,
do
you at
I...
least have options.
So the question for me now is, do I even static burst? Because I would have to spend my black 4 to do it, and then it would essentially get me a black. Well, it would get me a black 4 plus a pink 4 and a plus 1. So I think it's still net gain.
I think it is still net gain. So I think you still do that.
And then I do the +1 to the 2.
Well, it depends on what you want to cover, because you could do the blue to cover the 6.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We don't have anything for that.
We also don't have anything for the. Well, I guess the blue 6 is technically the worst one.
Yeah, we still don't have anything for the pink 6, and I don't think there's.
The +1's not
Going
going to
to
help it,
be.
unfortunately.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah, at least being able to cover the blue 6 would be something.
So then we can cover that. We can cover. Let's cover what we can here. Covering that. Cover that. That is just ugly.
Yeah, and it's like, even if I turn the 2 4s into a black 4, that's still just for covering the 11.
Yeah, because we don't have enough decks.
Well, I guess just put all the black dice on the and the blue 3, and then that's it. That's the best we can do.
Yeah. Oh, not ideal, but it won't kill us.
Nope, we're not dead.
We're not looking great, but we're not
And
dead.
then you can take the dex and health and convert the
Yeah,
one of your other you can convert the magic into
I think that's exactly
4 XP.
I think that's exactly what we do.
Everything is fine.
Everything is indeed fine. We're fine. There's no problems here. Stop it. Of course.
It's an ogre. God, that's so much badness. But I mean,
5. The problem is we would have 5 black dice. Blue dice that could be turned. We could, you know what? Screw it. We got this. We got this.
Yeah,
Use
sure.
use your Valiant. It'll be fine. I'm gonna use my Hammer Smash. It'll be fine. It really wants me to use it.
That's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine.
What's better? The 5 or... No, what am I talking about?
No, the 5.
The 5 or a 1 that I can reroll?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a 1.
James, it was a 1.
It's fine. I got plenty of 1s of my own.
Yeah, you got multiple 1s. Why don't you go ahead and re-roll those?
I mean, I could use my yellow 3 and steal that.
Do you want to?
I don't know if we can. Math is gonna be hard here.
Yeah, I think we need as much yellow as we can get. I'm definitely going to be static bursting.
Yeah. Now here's the real question: do you static burst with the 4, or do you static burst with the 2 and the 3? Because the 4 can make for a better black die.
Well, there's no other 4s to combine it with. Oh well, I'm gonna have new 4s. But they're gonna be 4s in the colors that we need.
That's
anyway.
true. That we're gonna be using. I suppose that's true. That's
so
true.
yeah, I think I'll use the 4 to static burst, and then I will increase. I see multiple pink 5s, and this is awful.
Yeah, this is.
Well, I guess increasing the black die is just more value than increasing the yellow or pink one, because it's more flexible.
I suppose that's true.
So, yeah, we'll do that.
And support aura.
Yep.
Let's do
Reroll
this.
good.
Please.
Need a pink 6. That's a 1.
That is not a 6. We could have a problem here, Scott.
Uh-huh. I think we're dying.
I think we're dying again.
We do that a lot.
Know how to play Riichi Mahjong? I know a little bit of Mahjong, but not enough. Yeah, we straight up don't have a 6. Which I think means we're dead.
Yep. The game could have been kind and given us a 6 somewhere along the line, but it didn't.
I have concerns, Scott.
Yeah, it's not what one would call good. Yep.
I've concerns, Scott.
Yep. I share those concerns. We're dead. Again.
Hold on. We can fix.
We can't.
You sure?
Uh-huh. If we had a potion, we could be like, poof! But...
No, Bunny. An extra potion wouldn't have done enough here. Dang. What's under these? Are these all hearts under here? Well, mean, I wouldn't be surprised if these are all hearts. The ogre's angry. Yeah, those are all hearts. Rude!
Anti-Hex is only usable against traps, so not against monsters, but it would allow his partner, which would be the paladin, to re-roll up to 2 dice or simply gain a black 3.
Which would be fantastic here. But it only works in traps. As it turns out, Ogre is not a trap. The sad thing is that we can get like 5 black dice.
Yep. It's just not enough, because we would still be missing a pink 6. We're dead. Look, if we die enough times, we'll get better progression.
We're fine. See, right? Perfect.
Two whole check marks.
That could be used in yellow if you want.
First aid yellow. Let's
First
go.
aid yellow. Let's go.
Eventually, we'll actually get meaningful meta progression.
Alright, Dragon's Cave.
I will warn you that it is 9:30.
Oh, that's a good point. And these runs can tend to go pretty long.
Yeah.
Alright. We hold it there. Next time, we do better. Yeah, no, that's it. We're gonna call it as a sad there. A sad's there. But we'll do better. Next time I'll get the DLC so Scott could be his alchemist anyway. Because the alchemist.
I mean, I like being the paladin too, but alchemist is so good.
Look at
Can
this.
you at least look at the? Yeah, look at this character. So you've got relatively low stats, kind of, because you only got 1 strength, 1 dex, and 2. Although I think this is the 2-player stat, so actually that's not bad. So you've got 1, 1, and 2 with 3 health. But the main thing is you've got, well, there's 2 great things about the alchemist. One is the heroic feat is, instead of like most heroic feats just like get you black dice, which is nice, but this one instead is spent potion tokens are placed here and you can spend them. Ignore the healing effects when using a potion token from here. So what that means is that basically, aside from healing potions, the alchemist can double up on potions.
Yeah.
So, like, we could drink a potion, and then I have an extra pocket invisibility potion just waiting to be used.
An invisibility potion,
which is
in particular.
crazy good.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, Deadly Chris means that I can just get magic all day, because Deadly Chris is you can spend 2, 4, or 6 mana to get an extra combat or an extra strength or dex die for every 2 that you spend. So if we're fighting an enemy like an ogre that has like no magic, I can be like, that's fine, I'm gonna spend 6 magic to get like 2 strength and 1 dex die.
Alchemist is pretty good for
so
fixing your dice. Fixing your dice and doubling the potions, which is both real good.
Yeah, I love the alchemist. It's so good. And then you get prepared to start with an extra potion, which is technically an extra 2 potions with the alchemist.
Let's see, the Dragoon is like, what is Dex? their stalwart is they can just store any 2 dice at any time. And then they can reduce a high die, to a 1. But you and your partner each gain a 2 of its color. So you take like a pink 4, and then we each gain a 2. That's not that good.
I don't like that.
You can take a pink 4 to give us 2. Take a pink 4, turn it into a pink 1 for each of us to gain a 2 pink.
Yeah, that doesn't seem
There's ways for that to be okay.
I mean, if you've got other skills that allow you to then spend those dice to do other things, great. But
The Aquamancer, on the other hand, is kind of fun. Which is just, you start with 4 black dice at the start of a floor and gain another one when you level up. So you just have black dice for days. And then, but her ability is just roll a black die, but then reduce it for 1 for every 2 dice stored on Tsunami. So that black die could be very low most of the time. Or it could just be you just go nuts early with your black dice. And then you've got an extra black die all the time. So, and then all the rest of these guys all do like stuff with poison, which is a whole thing. Oh, we saw her. And Kaliana, who has no health. She trades health for time, which is terrifying. But it's cool. Anyway, so yeah, that's yeah, we were unable to.
yeah, same.
Unable to seal the dungeon. I can't go back to the main menu from here. Weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, I can go new game or I can go statistics.
Well, you could probably do new game and then back out from there.
Ugh.
Paladin and Witcher doing well.
We rolled a lot of 1s and 4s. But look, if you look at the all-time numbers, those are pretty consistent. That's pretty even spreads for all-time dice rolls. Just that wasn't great that run.
To be fair, it is an even spread, but yeah, you look at this game, 22 1s being the highest.
Yeah.
4 is the second highest, but the lowest is 6s. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? So. Alright, but anyway, thank you guys all for coming out. We're gonna do better next time. I promise. Can't do much worse.
Yep.
But it turns out I probably should have just stuck with the rogue and never be punished. Getting off the rogue is what punished me.
Yep.
Should have thought about it. But thanks for coming out, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.